proven whole body deodorant, built for men, built for hard work. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando whole body deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando whole body deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by our acidified technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 five-star reviews. And because Mando has a 60-day stink-free guarantee, you can try Mando risk-free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 3030 and get an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, and ships free with code 3030. Go to shopmando.com, code 3030, for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com, code 3030.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You got to get your head in the game.
As Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well.
I have no association with the nation of France.
But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors, from classic glazed to Oreo cookie-topped treats. Crafted from quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering available. Visit shipleydonuts.com. Now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Fence Outlet would like to say thank you to our customers for trusting us for 30 years.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit, C-R-E-D-I-T, credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today, as we do every day. We appreciate it very, very much. And we do have a big show for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. We'll do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock hour, Date Night Done Right with our friend Danny Meyering from Orlando Date Night Guide to let you find out what's going on in the week this weekend.
Oop, wrong button.
The triumphant return of our buddy Glenn Klausman. Colbert Court is here again today. Of course, 5 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia. Sticks tickets on the line again, and we'll end the show up. You heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Ding.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social. Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, easy, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Just click right through to the channel. Give us a like and subscribe. That's where our question of the day is, where you can get involved and have your opinion voiced on our poll. Which sounds odd.
It did there for a second. Yeah. Made me a little uncomfortable, to be honest.
Your 3 o'clock keyword is credit, CREDIT. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. The Monsters left the door open for us. I don't think there was a winner today.
No, how kind of them.
That was very benevolent on their part. We would like to get our name in that bucket, though. Again.
Wait a minute now. I haven't checked to see if we have any winners today.
Credit, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck, man. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone on, keep it near you, and answer it when you get that call, even if you don't recognize the number, because that, my friends, is how they tell you you've won.
And they will not call you back.
They will not.
Nothing today.
Yeah, I mean, aw.
Yeah. Oh,
what?
Yeah. It's a weird thing, Jack. It really is. If you're competitive, it's weird.
That a station in Wilmington, Delaware won.
Oh, my God.
And not Real Radio.
Isn't that Biden's birthplace? Was he?
No, he born in Scranton. And then moved to Delaware.
That's right.
I love the name Scranton.
Scranton. Yeah. Sounds like a body part or a disorder.
It does.
Oh, my God. I heard she's got Scranton.
Oh, no. Stage 2?
Stage
he suffers
3.
from Dunder Mifflin in Scranton.
I love that.
All right. 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031. You know, a couple things here just to start the show off. We do have a lot to talk about today. I don't know if you guys noticed, Virginia has moved forward to ban cell phones from schools.
Wow, okay. I like to think our state kind of started that.
Yeah. I think that New York also is kind of moving forward on that as well, which is kind of good news.
I love it.
Yeah. Alaska and other destinations, like tourist destinations. I don't know if you guys noticed in the news here recently, they've been some blowback. Like in Barcelona, they're squirting tourists with squirt guns. Did you see that? What are you laughing at?
I sent you the article.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I saw it, Jim.
Yeah. You sent it to me yesterday, and then I saw it again this morning. I was like, okay, yeah. And I actually mentioned it to Glenn because Glenn just got back from Paris.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mentioned it to him. I said, hey, we're going to be talking about this a little bit today, so I want to talk about your trip today. If you saw any of this tourist blowback they're talking about, his response was this is so Clausman, it's scary. He goes, what? Tourists are fighting each other? I said, nobody. They're super pissed that you're coming into their country over and over and over, or their area.
But it was surprising in Barcelona. They're hitting them with super soakers.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Tourists, they are just blasting you.
You know what? The thing is, I have to tell you, when Code Black went over there, though, he did his trip to Europe. He said that it was unbearable.
Yeah.
In some spots. Rome, he said it wasn't even worth going because there were so many people, you really couldn't enjoy anything. And one of the other places he said was Barcelona. He said it was just overrun with people at certain times of the year. It's really unbearable. And, of course, we deal with that here in our tourist areas. And that's kind of that balance that we have to work with all the time as well. Like, the people in Daytona for those special events, whether it be Bike Week or Spring Break back in the day or any of those things, there's that weird balance that city officials have to take. Those businesses want that business in town.
Yeah, but that's a one event, 1 month of the year, and they're not destroying too many of our antiquities.
Understood. Well, we don't have a bunch of them.
That was the whole
You can't
ironic
destroy
point.
the welcome to Daytona. You can only pee on that and make it look better.
Well, plus it's not even there right now.
This is not them chipping off a piece of the Trevi.
Right, exactly. Throwing their mopeds at the Coliseum.
Yeah. So it's just been it's a really odd thing, and I've heard about that in Europe that some of those places get overwhelmed with tourism, and then when people couldn't go for COVID, a lot of those people save those trips up, and now they're going.
We keep talking about record-breaking travel numbers, but I want to think it was Daryl and Penny Payne who also had traveled. I think it was specifically Greece last year.
Yeah,
and during this record-breaking heat. He said that they were actually quarantined to their hotel rooms from like 10 in the morning until 6 p.m. at night because of the heat.
For safety reasons.
They would not let you leave your hotel room, so you pay all this money to go to Greece. And then because of the extreme heat, you have to stay inside your hotel room.
Wow, not cool.
Not cool. And then if you do go, you're battling with thousands of tourists.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
But the parks, it's weird because it's a completely different thing. When you come down here for the parks, that's kind of expected. You know the parks are going to be crowded, but they can even control that population. It's
exactly.
You can't really, there's no implement to really control the population. Now, I believe that one or two of those countries, didn't they have a tax? They wanted to implement a tax that if you came into town, they were going to charge you per... God, what is that?
I knew Hawaii was considering that to help deal with the trash and stuff left behind by tourists, but I remember it may have been Greece.
This was something else. It was like an a la carte scenario. Like if you came into town, they were hitting you up for all kinds of these weird tourist taxes, which of course, I mean, we do that. So
London has the price surging or the surge pricing. If you want to drive into London, kind of like Manhattan.
I think that's what I'm talking about there. Yeah,
you have to pay that tax.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Another thing I wanted to cover today, by the way, another thing I saw was, who was the guy who did Inception, Jack?
Christopher Nolan.
I guess him and there are a couple other, who's the old, is it Michael Bay, the old action movie director?
Not old, but action movie director, but he a little controversial and some flops. I think he did Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. And he had some, I saw a spot today, and it was talking about one of those directors and how he gets constantly berated to make sequels for certain movies that he made. And I was just like, I wonder what. And the whole thing
about Ridley Scott. Maybe?
It wasn't Ridley Scott. Okay. I would have remembered that because but for some reason I want to say it was Christopher Nolan. And talking about, making sequels to his movies. People come up to him all the time and say, what needs a sequel?
That
could work. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Basically to explain the first one.
Right.
For Christopher Nolan.
Well, yeah.
And
there's a lot of them.
And last week we talked a little bit about, what was it? There was a medical procedure we talked about last week that was it wasn't a medical procedure. The idea of your suspended license. Like causing a lot of financial turmoil, right? I read this great financial piece from CNN.
It's that spiral.
It was that weird spiral that a suspended driver's license creates, right? And then when we talked about it, a ton of people text the show and said, yep, in that right now. My son's in that right now. My daughter's went through that as a kid. Well, there's another kind of thing that's kind of weird. And we've talked about this. It is a disease, but I think a disorder maybe is a TMJ.
Oh.
So... And the reason why that this story is really unique, and this is a CBS News story, if you want to check this out, it's weird because TMJ falls into this weird area in insurance coverage. So I read this story today. TMJ...
Like it's not dental, it's medical, right?
It's not medical, it's dental.
Oh, is it?
Well, it depends.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is when you go to certain insurance companies, they're saying, hey, this is a dental insurance issue. Then you go to your dental insurance, and they're like, nah, man, this is a medical insurance issue. And it's become this weird kind of pit where people are falling into this financial despair because when they find out their insurance that they've been paying, religiously for their entire lives, don't cover this thing that's causing them so much pain and discomfort that it doesn't even allow you to sleep or eat or even talk.
This must be fairly new because when I had to be treated for it, thankfully I was able to get a guard.
Did you? Oh, they don't do that anymore. Only surgery is covered, and that's only in some situations. In other words, the most extreme scenario insurance will cover, but they won't cover other therapies that have been proven to work because they don't have a scientific or medical background to it.
BS. That's just their excuse for not having to pay the money.
I think you and I both know that. Yeah.
I have a feeling that with the number of migraine sufferers who can attribute their mind-numbing headaches to TMJ, that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of money that insurance companies don't want to have to pay out.
And let me tell you, man, it's when you read the story about and it's mostly women. You know that, right? Mostly women are affected by TMJ.
I would imagine so.
Like it's the numbers are.
Yeah. If you knew how often we had to clench our teeth, you wouldn't be surprised.
I will refrain from jokes.
Yeah, no, that's an honest statement. It's an honest statement.
And the other thing I really wanted to bring up, and I know that I woke up this morning to this news, but if you'll remember about a month and a half or so back, I made a trip over to a place in downtown Orlando. We've worked with the Heart of Florida United Way for a while now, helping them get some job training expertise out there to people and some other veterans and things of that nature, programs they may not have known about, and get them into positions where maybe they can make their lives better, right? Love doing that. Love helping out the vets. Well, one of the young ladies broke off and went to another faction of this called United Against Poverty. I just did a walkthrough. It's downtown on Michigan, right? It's in a very old building. And the facility is just basically, I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of thrown together a little bit because the funding is very shy. You know, it's not one of those hyper-funded scenarios that looks real good when you step in there for a Broadway show, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Why were you there again?
I was there because we were talking about helping them out and getting funding,
right?
And talking about the program because homelessness is such a big issue in Central Florida and areas like this, and it is in this community as well. These people have ways to help homeless people and other people who are maybe down on their luck or have mental issues or single moms that don't have a way to get themselves to work. There are a number of things that United Against Poverty does and been doing it for a while now. Their roof collapsed.
Yeah.
And it shut down their clinic and intake, their clinic and their medical intake area. And I see that also kind of closed down on some of their grocery store as well. And I did the walkthrough, and everybody there is just the most wonderful people, completely dedicated to the community. Matter of fact, I walked in on a class of about 10 people going through a class to retrain them for another job application. They were changing careers, job training going into that. And it is a wonderful spot. It really is. The roof is going to cost about $150K to repair. They have about $110,000 of that now. And if anybody out there can help, it's I'm going to get this.
realradio.fm/give.
There we go.
Is a direct link to their donation page.
They get realradio.fm/give. We have the website up there where you can click right through their donation page. It's a one-click donation.
Yeah.
It can be $5, $10, whatever. Or if you know somebody in the roofing industry that may be able to donate product or labor or help or equipment, these guys do a ton of good for this community. And hopefully we'll have them on the air tomorrow to talk a little bit more about not only what they do, but what they could use to get themselves back on their feet. But this is one of those things that really does help that part of the community and try to help end this homelessness issue by getting people retrained and back on their feet. And this is more of a hand out or a hand up than a hand out. That's what they kind of tell you there at the facility.
But, they're doing the good work. And $5 and $10 in a matter of hours could end up being thousands of dollars.
It could, and I really
doesn't have to take a lot.
I can tell you guys, just when you know me well enough, I really save these. And the reason why is I don't really like asking people who work hard for money, because everybody out there pretty much has the places they give money to. They don't need to be told where to give money. They have the things they support, whether it be their church, something in their community. I just know from walking through and knowing the people who are in this facility that they're trying to really do the best to keep this city as beautiful and as safe as possible. And these programs really do help that. So if you feel so motivated, realradio.fm/give. There you go. And that will work out for you. And hopefully we'll have the guys from UAP in tomorrow to talk more about the program and what they may need to get better.
Let's help raise the roof.
Yeah. All right. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Deb News.
Yeah. President Biden will hold a news conference tonight. A teen turns down a sentencing deal in the case of a deadly joyride crash and a free way to beat the heat. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. All right. 407-916-1041. Credit is your 3 o'clock keyword. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Deb's News next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is heavy this afternoon on I-4 east and westbound in the Orlando area today by the major attractions exits. Looking at a slow ride as well southbound on Orange Blossom Trail due to a crash that was reported between Whisper Lakes Boulevard and Weatherby. If you happen to see any other traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by DellAir.com. Feel the Dell Air difference. Let Dell Air help you declare energy independence with a new AC system for up to 50% savings on energy bills. Call or visit DellAir.com to book your free estimate and start saving with summer rebates, specials, and interest-free financing.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. These guys are awesome people. Started down in South Florida, saving lives down there with their scan that can tell you so much about your heart and what's happening with it. You just simply can't believe it. You can actually see it happen in real time. This scan is the easiest thing you could ever do. But what happens after the fact, this could be the best thing. It could save your life. We've had people walk up to us at events and tell us, thank you so much for recommending Life Imaging FLA. Me and my wife went in. She thought I was going to have problems. Turns out she was the one that had problems. I was perfectly fine. That's exactly what happened with us. My heart was fine. There were other issues, though. And the great thing about the scan at Life Imaging FLA, you can see all of that, then take that information to your primary care doctor and create that plan to make sure you're tackling the things you need to and not wasting time on things you don't need to. Don't wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and you have to ask about the cancer screening while you're there as well. Early detection saves lives. Remember that. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's it, pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Divorce? Call Trimley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids. Running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
When you buy a diamond at International Diamond Center, you can bring it back a year from now, trade it up to a bigger one, and get 110% of your original purchase price toward the new diamond.
You pay me $10,000 for my diamond. When you come back and you want to trade it up, you're going to get that $10,000. Plus, we're going to give you a bonus of $1,000.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire talking about IDC's industry-leading diamond trade-up policy.
So you're getting 110% on what you paid for that diamond. Who else does this? I'm going to pay you more for that diamond than you paid me in the beginning.
The 110% upgrade is just another thing that separates IDC from the rest. We stand behind what we sell.
We know what we're selling, we believe in what we're selling, and we know the inherent value of that diamond.
At IDC, your trust means everything.
We want you to feel that you can buy with confidence.
International Diamond Center. Highest quality, insane selection, guaranteed best value, full transparency, and the strongest consumer protection warranties in the industry.
Our job is to keep you as a customer.
International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations.
The wait is over. Dell Technologies Black Friday and July deals are live. Check out incredible savings on select laptops and more, like the XPS 15, powered by Intel Core processors. The XPS 15 brings you the perfect balance of power and portability, plus stellar visuals and immersive sound. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics, plus free shipping on everything. Don't miss out on Black Friday and July savings at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Men over 45, do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you, or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the UroLift system. The UroLift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to urolift.com and click on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the UroLift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the UroLift system.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Unless you're watching us talk, then you're likely on YouTube. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe today.
Credit, guys. That is your 3 o'clock keyword, CREDIT. Go to RealRadio.fm to send that away. Chance to get that $1,000. That would be a good way to kick off the weekend.
Hell yeah.
A little money in your pocket. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show.
Nailed it.
All eyes are on President Biden, who's holding an unscripted news conference for the first time since the debate. Barry University Sean Foreman says this is a big deal. The country wants to know if he is, in fact, fit to try and seek a second term.
The expectations are really high, and people are going to be listening to every word and syllable and watching his body language and making an assessment if Joe Biden is still capable.
The news conference set for 6:30 p.m. Eastern comes after the president's interview with ABC News did little to ease concerns over whether he can defeat Donald Trump and serve another term. It will be Biden's first solo press conference since November.
Yeah, so I figured they thought, well, he did really good with the teleprompter. Let's take that away.
I think Texter pointed this out, and I'll give you two 70s references on what has to happen for him to allay fears. If he walks out like Tim Conway used to on the Carol Burnett show doing that little
the
old man shuffle.
The oldest dentist or the oldest, yeah.
And then turns into Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka, does the front roll, pops up and goes, ta-da!
and leaves his cane in the stage.
Yeah. Probably the only thing that can save him at this point.
That's good for 2 points.
Exactly. Someone get on the horn to Cirque du Soleil. Meanwhile, Marco Rubio may be in the final two to be Donald Trump's running mate. The DailyBeast.com reported yesterday that Trump's donors favor Senator Rubio and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum over Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. The website reports donors have coalesced around Burgum and Rubio is the safe option. The Daily Beast sources, though, say Burgum remains the favorite.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Did you hear Trump's response about Burgum's signing an almost total abortion ban in North Dakota?
No.
He said it's a big problem. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Florida will be well represented at the Republican National Convention. Besides Donald Trump being the nominee, some of the speakers will be from our own state. Governor Ron DeSantis will speak on the main stage. Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott will also attend, along with Congressman Byron Donalds, Congressman Laurel Lee, Attorney General Ashley Moody, Ag Commissioner Wilton Simpson, and CFO Jimmy Petronis. Republican Party of Florida Chairman Evan Power tells the Tampa Bay Times it'll be a complete cast of who's who in Florida politics. The convention will run from Monday through Thursday in Milwaukee.
Hey, do you think it's a kick in the nuts of politicians? Do you know who's going to be making the last speech before Trump goes up, basically introducing Trump?
No.
Dana White from the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess he does a lot of speeches at with Trump, but I guess the RNC announced today that Dana White will be the last speaker before Trump hits the stage at the RNC.
He is aware he's not allowed to say, "Are you ready to rumble?"
I don't know.
Okay, it's trademarked. Okay. A Central Florida congressman is backing an effort to impeach two Supreme Court justices. 10th District Democrat Maxwell Frost announced his support yesterday for articles of impeachment against Justices Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito. The articles were drafted by New York Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She cites what she calls Thomas and Alito's repeated failures over decades to disclose that they received millions of dollars in gifts from individuals with business before the court. Frost writes on X, the Supreme Court is a right-wing, politically corrupt branch of government operating with no oversight. He adds Americans deserve a fair, impartial court, not justices who are bought and paid for by billionaires and special interests. And now we get out of politics.
There you go.
All right. In Orange County City, and I don't think you're going to have to guess too far.
All right, that's fine.
And Orange County City is the first in Central Florida to vote against Florida's new affordable housing law.
Okay, so this is a city that's voting against an affordable housing law.
Like I said, you don't probably have to go too far.
It's
Winter Park.
It's either.
There you go.
Really? I was going to say it's Windermere or Winter Park.
It's Winter Park.
There you go. Okay.
Winter Park leaders decided to partially opt out of the Live Local Act. Oh,
yeah. There you go.
Even the special ending.
Yeah.
Opt out of the Live Local Act during yesterday's meeting. Now, the measure would have provided tax breaks for developers who build middle-income apartments through at least 2027. City officials made the decision to protect their budget, since they say, hey, apartment complexes are their biggest taxpayers.
Yeah, matter of fact, I believe, did you see some of the discounts they were getting? Some of these developers were offered up to 100% tax breaks. I think two of the guys who build those giant complexes in Maitland receive ridiculous discounts. I think some of the others are up to 70%.
Wow. Well, yeah, the vote will not impact incentives for low-income housing developments. All right, and you were talking earlier, Jimmy, about, the homeless need all over Florida, really all over the country and the world. But one city in Brevard County is taking steps to stop the homeless from living under a bridge. Melbourne Mayor Paul Alfrey announced yesterday that fencing will be installed under the Apollo Boulevard Bridge in O'Galley. That's after the city removed how many pounds of trash that had been accumulating? This is just over 2 months.
Homeless not known for their tidiness. How many tons? Did you say the word?
Pounds.
Oh, God. I'll go 1,300 pounds.
All right, Jack?
Oh, not bad. I'm going to go...
Oh, don't do it.
1,301.
You are such a turd. He's a turd.
The worst ever.
He's a turd.
I do it to myself, though, because I go first, and I want to make him look good. That's,
no.
That's just
I'll go first.
That's how benevolent I am.
I am not
nice?
scared.
I'm a better person.
You
that
let
happens.
him go first.
Yeah.
No, it's after actually removed over 3,000 pounds of trash that had been accumulating for 2 months. Alfrey praised the cleanup efforts and wrote on Facebook, "We'll continue to clean up our city for our residents."
That guy is a shameless prick. That guy right there. He's a shameless prick.
I don't understand.
Yeah, you do.
Wait, she throws out a number.
Yeah.
We guess.
Right, okay.
I got closer.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You went.
Yeah.
I didn't look anything up.
Ding.
I'm not cheating.
If you're explaining, you're losing.
He didn't lose.
Also in Brevard County, man.
What happened?
Every time I read one of these stories, I think back every single time, and I kid you not, I think back to when Jimmy talked about, hey, do you know what the next generation of kids after Zoomers are going to be called? They're going to be called alphas and they're going to be illiterate and feral. And then I read this story and go, you're not kidding.
They're like wild coyotes.
Because a Brevard County teenager is accused of killing her mother and her mother's boyfriend this past weekend.
Oh, no.
And then making a false 911 call to claim it was a home invasion.
Oh, man.
Police say a 16-year-old girl admitted to calling 911 and staging a break-in at the family's home in Palm Bay on Sunday before ambushing the victims. The teen allegedly waited for the couple to return home before opening fire and hitting her 42-year-old mother, Kelly McCollum, several times. The other victim, her boyfriend, 22 years old.
Oh, boy.
was stabbed multiple times, up to 30 times before he was shot.
Oh, man.
The teen claims that she'd been having disagreements with her mother over the past few weeks, reportedly ran away from home a couple of weeks ago, was very upset about this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The 16-year-old has been charged with first-degree premeditated murder. And some of the clues they said was that she broke a sliding glass door, but the glass was on top of the bodies instead of being underneath the bodies, which would have made sense given the timeline and how she said that it occurred. But
yeah, I don't see a 16-year-old maniac out thinking the forensic crew. So
I mean, this, and then you've got the 14-year-old girl who killed her grandmother in South Florida. I mean, her family says she suffers from PTSD, having had escaped the Ukrainian war.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah. So just crazy stories. Speaking of South Florida, where are these kids' parents going? No, don't do that. Because the defense today turned down a lenient prosecution offer to a 15-year-old Miami boy who's charged with killing two and injuring another while taking a joyride in his parents' car.
I had suggested to defense counsel that if the defendant wished to accept responsibility and demonstrate some level of remorse for destroying a family, I would be willing to entertain an offer from the defense below the guidelines.
No, but by declining the state's offer to address the families of the victims and show remorse, the state will withdraw an offer of 10 years in prison and instead will try Maycall Santasaban as an adult, seeking the full 22 to 50-year sentence. A bond hearing has been set for July 22nd. He simply did not want to face the victims' families in court, show some remorse, and apologize. And now he could be looking to spending more than half of his life in prison.
Get him in there faster than that.
I just, but if he's 15 and they're like, he's a young man and he just made a bad choice, well, then somebody pull him aside and tell him, this is a gift from God, young man.
Yeah.
This would
I
have
can't
been a
imagine
gift
somebody.
from God.
I can't imagine somebody hasn't. Like, who around that guy wouldn't got to go, look, dude, I mean, it's 10 or 50 possibly.
Yeah, well.
The math is pretty easy.
Unless their parents think there's an out. There's
right. Get him in
they're
there.
going to beat this.
Yeah, because he's only 15. They have to understand he's just a child. All right, well, Florida's anti-riot law is now being used to charge a Hillsborough County woman suspected of stirring up unrest at a roller skating rink last May. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister says 36-year-old Stephanie Pedroso of Valrico urged her social media followers to tear up the Astro skate rink in Brandon on May 18th because they canceled her daughter's private after-hours birthday party because she didn't hire off-duty deputies for security.
She even tells all her followers, and during her live stream, that she has money and she's willing to pay individuals to come down and riot.
Pedroso allegedly responded by urging social media followers to tear the place up. Deputies made 26 arrests. Not only that, a 16-year-old boy was thrown through the plate glass window of a barber shop.
God almighty, what is this, a Mel Gibson movie?
Literally, hundreds of people showed up after this woman posted this on social media. They had no connection at all to the skating rink. They just responded to her calls to come and tear the place up.
Jeez.
The law was passed after the George Floyd protests and was recently upheld by the state Supreme Court. Proof there is always a Florida connection.
Okay.
Sadly, but always a Florida connection. The suspected shooter at Yellowstone National Park allegedly threatened violence on a much larger scale. The park explained 28-year-old Lucas Fussner, who's from Milton, that's up in the panhandle of Florida. It's between Navarre and Pace. I mean, just a little.
It's lower Alabama.
Had plans to carry out a mass shooting during Independence Day events outside the park. Now, he was holding a woman against her will when park rangers found him with a gun last Thursday. He was outside of a dining area with 200 people inside.
Yep.
He fired on the service entrance when park rangers, and I did not know this, but Yellowstone has a special response team, ended up engaging in gunfire with him outside of that service entrance where he was shot dead on the scene. One of the rangers was injured in the shootout, but has since been released from the hospital. The park said Fussner was a contracted employee at Yellowstone at the time, and they said nothing from his Facebook post, none of his social media.
Not one thing.
He talked about being very proud to work for the concessionaire who did, he was happy to be at Yellowstone. They have no idea what snapped in this
Just
scale.
absolutely snapped. He shot one of the Rangers in the legs, what the injury was.
Well, thank goodness, because, they didn't say what kind of firepower he had, but apparently he was ready to rock and roll. Florida gas prices are experiencing a slight impact from a record-breaking holiday travel season and Hurricane Beryl. If you're like me, you pull up to the gas pump and go, whoa, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
AAA says the state average is currently $3.54 a gallon. I think I paid $3.59. That's 3 cents higher than just yesterday. 1 cent higher than last week. The Auto Club says the overall demand for fuel has dropped despite 60 million travelers hitting the road for the 4th of July. The association went on to say that the storm system that caused major damage to Texas, a.k.a. Beryl, thankfully only caused limited damage to the Gulf Coast energy facilities. Like you talked about the farm of refineries.
Yep.
Maybe you want to fly. A mechanical issue is blamed for a tire explosion at Tampa International Airport. An American Airlines flight to Phoenix had to abort its takeoff yesterday morning when the tire exploded and caught fire.
God almighty.
The plane was evacuated. No one was hurt. No other flights were affected.
If you're on that flight and they say, hey, just sit still, we're going to jack this thing up and put a spare on, and then we'll be on our way. Do you automatically demand to be let go of that plane, do you? I think at that point I go, you know what, you had your shot?
Right, exactly.
Just why don't you go ahead and give me a...
I'm Uten Z.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me a coupon, buddy?
Well, you know what? The woman in our next story says, hold my beer, because she's facing charges after disrupting a flight out of Miami International Airport. Video posted on TMZ.com, which means it's choice, shows what happened on a United Airlines flight to Newark on Tuesday. The woman can be seen yelling at flight attendants and passengers and biting a flight attendant on the shoulder.
Jesus H, man.
She also accused the flight crew of trying to kill her when they tried to restrain her.
Where was she coming from?
It didn't say, but she was going to Newark.
Because I flew United to Newark less than a week earlier. And I was noticing, knock on wood, all these horrible stories. I've had a lot of good luck. I don't fly that often.
But I have to tell you, I'm right there with you.
You know, it's like, wow.
That cat thing's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. That's it.
I've had
I've
some
never
other
had a maniac try to start a fist fight or
or
bite
try
somebody.
to open a door.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot. Oh, I got to tell you a story. We don't have time now, but I swapped seats with my wife without her knowing, and then, she wasn't happy about it.
Oh, well, this is the part that sucks outside of watching a woman bite a flight attendant on the shoulder.
That would be cool.
The plane had to make, and there's videos out there for that, you know that, right?
Thank you.
The plane had to make an emergency landing here in Orlando. That's where police took her into custody. The incident caused a 3.5-hour delay. You spend all that time getting to the airport on time, making sure you can get through TSA, and then this happens.
They should put her at the front of the plane.
and let everyone hit her on the way.
As everybody leaves, they get to smack the complete piss out of her just one time as they leave. That should be the punishment.
But they got to do it Full Metal Jacket style with a bar of soap and a pillowcase.
Okay, well, they're going to make it through about 3 of those, then they're going to die.
That's okay.
I don't want to kill them. I just want to wake them up.
I mean, just hit them in the legs then.
Just take their knees out.
Just take their knees out, all right? No one was hurt. United Airlines says they're grateful for the crew's professionalism and for looking out for the safety of their customers and fellow United employees.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Go for the face last. And finally, if you're looking for a way to beat the heat as sweltering temperatures continue to punish much of the nation, you can stop by any 7-Eleven today for a free Slurpee.
I always forget. Zeb tells us, and it's too late for us.
No, it's not. You can go home on your way home from work and get yourself an ice cold Slurpee for your ride home.
I'm not going to drink that junk.
My kids used to go from 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven.
Really?
Taking advantage of all the free Slurpees on 7-Eleven day.
Well,
they're terrible people.
I better text my daughter. She'd be into this.
Well, why not? National Slurpee Day is held every year on the 11th of July, and there is no purchase necessary.
That's right. You can walk right in and gank it.
Walk right in and get your free ass Slurpee.
Yeah.
And if they try and stop you, you just say, screw you, man.
You have to bring your own thing, though, right? You have to bring your own cup. Because remember that when they did this one time and dudes were walking there with those triple super big gulps?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think they limited it because I believe you have to bring
that would backfire on them.
Yeah, what? Bring your own cup?
Yeah, I think having them use one of their small cups would probably be more cost effective than someone taking a gallon of it.
It's kind of like the all-you-can-eat shrimp thing.
Are they really just giving you a straight-up cup and everything?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Never done this.
All right.
Jack, go out right now during the break and go get it.
I'll be back.
Yeah, Pepsi,
All right,
if you don't mind, buddy. I like the Pepsi one.
Oh, do you?
I like that. I don't like the soda slushies. I don't like the fruit slushies.
Ooh, cherry slushy? You don't like a cherry slushy?
I like the cherry slushy from like the ice cream slushy guy, the cone guy. But when it comes to my ices, I like the soda ones.
You're even bougie about your slushies.
God almighty.
Look at him. Of course he is.
I know. I forgot.
Look at him. Yeah, look at me in my thrift store golf shirt. Being all bougie. Jeez.
He can drink his slushy while he's on his new tractor. It's a Cabuto.
That is Jim. That is your favorite shirt, is it not?
No, I don't know. It was just in the rotation, man. I don't really think about it.
We all have our rotation.
No, yeah, we do. But you can, if you go look at the videos. I did this, and I went to Jim Colbert Show on our YouTube channel.
Don't do
live
that,
videos.
man.
Look, you'll see what we're wearing on what day.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And you want that donut shirt I have?
I love the donut shirt.
I love that
That's my
donut shirt.
favorite.
You wore that for our 4th of July broadcast last Wednesday.
That effort has made way too many appearances. I'm like, these people are going to think I only have one donut shirt.
You have more than one donut shirt?
Everybody's going to think I only have this one donut shirt.
You have more than one donut shirt?
No, I got a penguin one. And
yeah, the flamingo one you wore yesterday.
I got a flamingo and a flower one.
Yeah, the flamingo one you wore yesterday.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, either way, now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Eb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a few minutes for your 3 o'clock keyword. It's credit, CREDIT. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
Texters say you get a free 6-ounce cup when you go to 7-Eleven for the free
There you
Slurpee
go. So
today.
it's a little sippy cup, like a little... Like the pup cup from Starbucks, right?
There you go.
There
Something like that instead of your big gulp.
All right, I want to hear Jack's story about the airline. We'll do that next.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Gentlemen, everyone bring in their favorite piece of meat tomorrow. And collectively, all 4 of us will spank the meats with our seasoning.
They won't care if we do it.
Yes, they will.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast. And the rest of our day will feature some scattered off and on showers and thunderstorms, some of which could have some heavy downpours along with frequent lightning. As a result of the clouds and the showers and storms, temperatures will be notably cooler, with highs only reaching around 90 degrees for Orlando. Temperatures will heat back up, though, just in time for the weekend, with daily rounds of showers and storms expected. A high of 94 degrees for Saturday and 96 degrees for Sunday.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Are you ready for a new job? Express Employment Professionals helps tens of thousands of people find jobs every year and never charges a fee. Find your next job with Express Employment. Go to ExpressPros.com to find your location. That's ExpressPros.com.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. If you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they'll tell you it's the best thing they ever did. The only thing they'll tell you, though, is they should have done it way sooner. You know, my son has the surgery. My father-in-law got the surgery, and my wife has her appointment next week. What are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. And guys, if you struggle with bad eyesight, terrible eyesight, whatever the case may be, this is a miraculous scenario. Their eyesight and your life changes overnight. Make this appointment today. Text 1041 to 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. 65,000 LASIK procedures. That's how many they've gotten under their belt. That means they know what they're doing, and they use the best tech out there that gets you the best results. And if finances is a concern, don't worry there either. They offer 24-month interest-free financing. Just do this. Just text this number. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that free LASIK consultation to find out what they can do for you at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now.
800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Splish Splash, Central Florida. Are you underwater in your current ride? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. If you're going off the deep end in a car you hate, bring it to me, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability, so you could drive a nicer, newer car today, like the brand new 2024 Outlander. $1 down, $399 a month, including taxes and fees, and save up to $8,500. You can check out the 2024 Mirage, 43 miles per gallon. Lifetime warranty, $219 per month, including tax and fees. So if you're sinking in a car that's stinking, bring it to me, and you could get up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. RC Hill has handpicked, certified used cars on sale this month. But hurry, a deal this good will dry up soon. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$1 down requires bank approval. Example, stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 84 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
Two guys, 5 rings. Yes. One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well,
no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to Two Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search the Jim Colbert Show.
I've had TMJ for a while, that clickety-clackety in the joints and the mouth, and then I got a new thing where my bottom row of teeth shifted somehow. My bite shifted so that my bottom row of teeth were now behind my front row of teeth if I closed my mouth. And at night, I was grinding my bottom teeth into the backs of my top teeth, and it was driving me nuts. And the thing that actually wound up fixing it, didn't have to have a guard or anything, was going to the chiropractor. They popped some bones in my neck back in place. All good. Weird.
I'll be damned.
Hey, whatever works, man.
You know, it's funny. I didn't really read that was one of the treatments they'd been using for that. There were so many other things they were doing. And they said some of the surgeries and some of the procedures for TMJ are experimental and a little aggro. And a lot of people actually have more pain after these procedures, which also makes it tough because when you read about that, as you research it, you're like, well, what am I going to do now?
Right.
I can't go to the doctor. I'm going to break my face. It already hurts like F. I don't know why I said that. All right, 407-916-1041.
I gave you more music for it.
77031. Thanks for the soundtrack for my cursing. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. We'll have a fresh keyword for you at the top of the hour, right before you get to Danny Myring for Date Night Done Right. Jack, what happened on the airplane that scarred you so badly?
Oh, it didn't scar me so much. Maybe more my wife. We were walking down and...
This is United?
This is United, and this is nothing on United. It was a lovely flight, but this you have assigned seating. With mine and my wife, it was only our personal items, so we each had the backpack, so you don't get to pick your seat. They pick it for you, because I'm not going to spend a stupid amount of money to sit in a different number chair. It doesn't matter to me. They gave us seats next to each other, but across from the aisle, which is actually perfect.
In other words, you're sitting on the outside. She's also sitting on the outside with the aisle between you.
And we're walking down the aisle, and I see our two seats.
Okay.
And on one is a larger dude, and on one is a petite woman. Well, I said, she goes, which one's mine? And I point to the one next to the larger dude. And I sat in the other one. It just seemed logical.
Was it true?
No, of course not.
How much did you pay for that?
No. Well, what happens next is a lovely young lady
stopped having sex.
Well, I don't know, but lovely young lady comes down the aisle carrying a baby and her husband behind her. And she had the one seat that was still open in my wife's row. And she goes to the guy in the middle, would you mind, my husband is sitting here so we can sit together. Would you mind? And that guy's like, no problem. He gets up and move. So now the husband and wife and the baby are all going to be sitting next to my wife and their carry-on, which is a little dog.
Oh, my God, Jack.
So my wife now has a husband, wife, dog, and baby next to her.
And you have a little petite not making any noise, probably a college student, went to sleep 5 minutes into the flight.
Who I think was babysitting the kid next to her, and they were fine. Yeah. I was sleeping. This is 6 a.m. I'm like, and then I look over, my wife is just looking at me, and I'm like, what? And she goes, she's breastfeeding now.
Oh my God, dude.
I mean, had I known, I would have taken the seat.
I was just about to say, Jack, you know what that was? That was karma.
Sexy.
That was karma.
Sexy. A woman breastfeeding is not sexy. There's nothing sexy about a woman breastfeeding. God bless them. They got to do it. You got to do it.
I didn't say there was. He's over there saying, if I'd known, I'd have taken the seat.
Zero sexy about a woman breastfeeding. I don't care how hot you are or how good your boobs and your baby are. It does not matter. I'm sorry. That's not a scenario where dudes as a rule that I know don't find that that's not sexual for anybody.
That baby had a good grip.
There's one here that does.
All right, 407-916-1041. Our signal break will come back with Date Night Done Right with our friend Danny Myring from Orlando Date Night Guide.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy stop-and-go traffic reported on I-4 eastbound this afternoon due to a crash blocking the right lane just before South Street, causing nearly stopped traffic back from OBT. Still seeing your regular slowdowns east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. If you run into traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by DellAir.com. Feel the Dell Air difference. Let Dell Air help you declare energy independence with a new AC system for up to 50% savings on energy bills. Call or visit DellAir.com to book your free estimate and start saving with summer rebates, specials, and interest-free financing.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop, a message from the station.
Spectrum Internet has enough speed to handle all your needs, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus, Spectrum's advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security for all your connected devices. Get Spectrum Internet with fast and reliable speeds, starting at just $29.99 a month with a 2-year price guarantee. Visit spectrum.com/internet for you for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and always at shopidc.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
My wife and I just got back from our honeymoon in Croatia, and at one point the guide told us that between the 3 cruise ships that were there, and then over the summer when they get 2 more, they outnumber the people that live there. So basically there's 5,000 people on each cruise ship, and the entire population of that city to handle them is only 15,000.
One of the main reasons, by the way. All right, 407-916-1041. Your 4 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. GRAND, guys, that is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone on near you and answer the call, even if you don't recognize the number. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yep.
Let's do date night done right.
Whether you're dating and in love or married and in a fight, keep your romance shining bright. This is date night done right.
Good and loud for Danny Myring from Orlando Date Night Guide. Oh, somebody doesn't know how not to giggle on the air before we come back, do we?
Whoopsie.
Hey, what's going on? How you been?
I've been pretty good. Had a decent week last week, getting over the big bad sickness. We'll just call it. We'll use that euphemism.
No, the summer surge.
You got the C word, did you? Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to ask. I want to ask because I find that interesting because, you know, when we dealt with this thing to begin with, and then subsequently we've had these surges, you know, was it bad for you? I mean, was it like the original?
It felt about the same. I think this is like my 5th bout with this thing. No. I'm just real susceptible to these type of things. So, not fun days. Thankful for my husband for taking care of our boy, and glad to be on the mend.
Yeah,
it wasn't, like the worst thing ever, but definitely a rough couple of days.
I got a kid that's more that took more precautions not to get it and got it more than all of us combined.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of weird. Maybe
it's crazy.
Maybe some people are just more susceptible to it. Yeah. Well, obviously, Danny appears here to tell us what's happening on the weekend. She appears here courtesy of Orlando Date Night Guide. Been in town for a long time. She culls the entire area to find the coolest stuff for you guys to maybe go out and venture and enjoy this weekend. What do you have for us?
Yeah. So actually, before I get into kind of the weekend events, I wanted to share something real quick that my husband and I did get to do before the rough week last week, and we did a cookie making class with the folks at Fat Ash Bakes. You all have Fat Ash Bakes?
No, I haven't had that, no.
What? I'm going to have to bring them next time I come in.
Please do.
You're good. This cookie class, you get 20 ounces of dough, and then there's like a toppings bar where you can just kind of get all kind of crazy toppings into your cookies. And then Ash, who's the owner, and her husband Izzy kind of walk you through some of the tips and give you some tricks and techniques and things. And you put cookies in the oven and you get to go home with these big fat cookies. We had about 6 cookies each, so we had a dozen cookies we came home with. We were fat and happy.
Nice.
It's all sugared up.
That sounds fun. Do you get to choose what kind of cookie you make?
Yep. Yeah. It's all everybody works with the same base, the same like vanilla dough, and then all of the toppings and fillings and stuff. It's up to you, and you can get creative or kind of basic, whatever you want to do. Fun.
Is there alcohol involved?
It can be, yes.
Okay, very good. I just want to make sure.
welcome BYOB if you want. And they had a couple of options available. So yeah, it was a good time. We had some it's right by Grilled Cheeses in Mills 50.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Grilled
Cheeses. So you can order from there too and have some grilled cheese while you're having some cookies.
Yeah, kick ass. That sounds fun.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into happening this weekend. Tomorrow at 6:30. This kind of sounds more like senior citizens date idea, but listen, it's hot. So this is a free indoor concert. It's the Irish rock music concert at the Castleberry Library.
Wow. I got to tell you, that's pretty punk. That's a pretty punk gig.
It's kind of hipster. We'll pretend it's hipster.
Where is this
so
gonna,
the band
in the lobby?
is the Blackthorn Brigade band, and they've done like a lot of festival appearances and stuff. So they seem like a really cool, legit band. That's tomorrow at 6:30. If you need something free and indoors to get out of the summer heat.
Jack has a very good point. Where are they? Are they playing in the body of the library? Like you can stand over by Home and Garden and check them out.
In the used bookstore. Yeah.
No, there's
Junior
a couple
Fiction.
of like meeting and event rooms there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, good.
Keep it down.
Because I used to have to vote there, early voting there. So yeah, they have a room that would work. Yeah.
You can scope it out before the big election. Another indoor idea is we've got a couple of different Christmas in July events around town. A lot of them are this weekend and then a few the following weekend. We do, of course, have a list of Christmas in July events at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. And so one of those is the Christmas in July Bar Crawl. And that's taking place in downtown Orlando at Cocktails and Screams, One Up Orlando, and High Tea, which is like that Alice in Wonderland themed bar. So they are each featuring like festive holiday drinks and cool music and stuff. It's a fun thing to do. That's happening Saturday evening.
Okay.
And then another Saturday Christmas in July is happening at Sanford. This is an annual thing that is really fun. All of the shops all on that main First Avenue and Second Avenue, Sanford Avenue, that whole quadrant really gets into this. And so there's different specials for Christmas in July. There's different bands. You can hop around from the different bars and stuff. So that's a festive time. I'm ready for it. I'm honestly ready for the holidays. I'm done with summer.
I have to tell you, just a few years, we may be actually having July and Christmas. It may be 89,000 degrees on Christmas Day. You never know.
Exactly. For Christmas in July, you can only wear ornaments. There's
every day will be Christmas in July.
You can't wear a sweater for Christmas in July.
And there's an ugly sweater.
No.
Santa's going to have to trade in his suit for a bathing suit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speedo.
So also part of that Christmas in July in Sanford is if you stop by the Sanford Info Center, they have like a little passport. And if you stop at each of the shops, you get, a little stamp. You turn that back in and they're doing drawings for gift cards. So that could be gift cards for some of the shops there, some of the bars. Would be nice to drink for free, right? Why not? And so again, that's happening Saturday. And then also in Sanford on Sunday at 1:00 is the Bazaar Botanica. So this is taking place at Tuffy's Music Box, which is, legendary spot to hang out there in Sanford. You bet they're going to have tons of drink specials and stuff. So there's going to be 25 different artisans and antique dealers and all kinds of different things to browse. It's free, of course, to walk around. And then part of that also on Sunday is the Sanford Food Truck Fiesta. So go to Tuffy's, go check out some of the shoppers, and then walk pretty much anywhere along that area in Sanford. And you're going to have, like 40 different food trucks and stuff.
And the cool thing about this place is, the walk from Tuffy's to downtown, it literally is like 2 or 3 blocks. You could cover this entire city in a small walk. So the cool thing about partying in Sanford is once you park, you're done. You don't have to really park anymore, move your car. You can just kind of tool around. And a lot of the walks have awnings, so there's shade as well. So an easy town to navigate and enjoy yourself for sure.
Cute shops to dip into for some AC.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So a lot of those places are going to have live music as part of kind of this whole activities happening down there. So either Saturday or Sunday is a good day to head down to downtown Sanford. And then over in kind of the Milk District, the original a la carte location is having their Chicago Palooza. They do this every year since some of their folks are originally from Chicago. And so each of like the food trucks there are going to have different Chicago inspired food. You've got different Chicago craft beers and beer specials that are going to be happening. So this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can pick whatever day works best with your schedule. It's a good excuse to go to the original location and go scope that out. Of course, they have the new Soto location if you prefer to have the option with more parking. I just think the only the original location is doing the Chicago Palooza.
Got it.
And then kind of going back to that senior citizen type date idea.
She looked at you,
again,
Jimmy.
If you're looking for something indoors, on Sunday is another Blue Bamboo series concert in Castleberry at the Castleberry Arts Center. So this is Sunday at 3:00, and the Orlando Jazz Orchestra is performing this time, and they're doing big band era, which actually is my favorite era of music.
Is it really? Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm an old soul, baby.
Yeah, you
I
are.
like that.
Yeah, you are.
Get me my Metamucil. I'm ready for it. So tickets for that are $35, and it's a really cool venue. Great park to walk around before or after the concert. And if that is not your speed, then on Saturday from 12 to 2 or 3 to 5, there's going to be a bonsai and brews session at World of Beer.
Well, that bonsai thing
over
is
at Horizon West.
Dude, the
I'm sorry.
bonsai thing is becoming very hipster thing to do.
It is.
Like a lot of young people are like doing bonsai trees now.
Even older people, because I have one, and now I'm wondering, is it time to trim it yet? Because it's like growing to one side. I need tips.
Oh, yeah,
I need advice.
You need to go to this bonsai fest and get a beer.
Nice.
Bring your tree with you, and have a beer or two or three. And I misspoke. This is World of Beer Bar and Kitchen O-Town West.
Right.
So this is that development that's kind of down by Disney. You can see it from I-4. You've got the Portillos and
Jack,
what is the Cane's chicken tenders. So yeah, that whole area.
Jack,
so
you should
that's Saturday at Bonsai and Brews. And then if you're interested in potentially going out to Tampa on Saturday, the Clearwater Marine Aquarium is doing a skate night. So you'll be able to roller skate with a view of dolphins.
Oh, man.
That is quite the mashup.
That's kind of cool. That doesn't sound too dangerous or bad. That sounds fun. That sounds very fun. Yeah, here we go. We got a stage 3 skater in the 30-degree pond.
Somebody's trying to grab a flipper and go around the wing a couple of times. So that's happening Saturday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $45 in advance for adults, $35 for kids. That includes skate rental and a drink ticket, whether an alcoholic beverage for the adults, not for the kids. They have soft drinks available if they are.
Nice.
And not for the dolphins.
Not for the dolphins.
Yeah. They're on a strict diet. And then lastly, next week is a fun event to have on your radar. This is Domo's 6th annual Wieners and Wine Down. Cue the adult music. So that is happening Wednesday, 5:30 to 9 p.m. at East End Market Courtyard. And Cholo Dogs will be there.
Ooh.
Tickets start at $20. This includes bottomless wine, sangria, bubbles, and beer on tap. And then the Cholo Dogs will be available for purchase there on tap. There's going to be a DJ.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be a really good time.
Ross says that Cholo Dogs are awesome. I've not had one.
Yes.
He loves the Cholo Dog.
And yeah, they are good. And after you have a couple of your bottomless drinks here at this event, you'll definitely need to layer those on to give you some.
Soak up the old wine with the Cholo Dog.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that sounds like a good recipe for a fun weekend.
Sounds like a health class. Huh? Very nice. Well, as always, we appreciate this. And, of course, if you missed any of it, you can go to JimColbertLive.com. Check that out, and plus other stuff at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Danny, thank you as always. Hope you're feeling better. Be good.
Thank
Have
you,
yourself
guys.
a good weekend. Good and loud for Danny Myron, guys.
Yay! Woohoo!
Thanks again, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Another RIP session for a legendary American business. I'll tell you who that is next.
Date Night Done Right is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Mortgage brokers are better. Why? They do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It'll still be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but they have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average with a mortgage broker. That mortgage guy, Don, will give you a comparison quote today. Just go to thatmortgagguydon.com. It's peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Heavy traffic continues eastbound on I-4 this afternoon due to a crash reported just before South Street that is blocking the right lane on the interstate, causing nearly stopped traffic back from OBT. A serious crash is blocking all southbound lanes on John Young Parkway between Edgewater Drive and Orange Blossom Trail. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Are you ready for a new job? Express Employment Professionals helps tens of thousands of people find jobs every year and never charges a fee. Find your next job with Express Employment. Go to ExpressPros.com to find your location. That's ExpressPros.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com. Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well,
no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.com. My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way
literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Splish splash, Central Florida. Are you underwater in your current ride? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. If you're going off the deep end on a car you hate, bring it to me, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. At RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability, so you could drive a nicer, newer car today, like the brand new 2024 Outlander. $1 down, $399 a month, including taxes and fees, and save up to $8,500. You can check out the 2024 Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, lifetime warranty, $219 per month, including tax and fees. So if you're sinking in a car that's stinking, bring it to me, and you could get up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value. RC Hill has handpicked, certified used cars on sale this month. But hurry, a deal this good will dry up soon. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$1 down requires bank approval. Example, stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 84 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
You were talking about giving everybody the opportunity to slap the woman on the plane. That's a scene right out of Airplane where there's a hysterical passenger and the doctor's trying to calm her down and he slaps her, and it's Leslie Nielsen slapping her, and then there's a line of people waiting to slap her.
That's right.
Yeah, good idea, Jim. It worked.
Maybe that's where I remember that from.
Miss Deborah Roberts, it's Concrete Mike. Your reference to the bar soap in a pillowcase and beating that lady from the plane. At first I was a little bit shocked, but then I realized I think I like you a little bit more now.
Yeah.
You are savage, woman.
Sock full of nickels, all those things work.
Yeah, but the soap is so much cleaner.
It is, Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword, G-R-A-N-D. Get over there and win that money. The 2 winners so far, both on the Monsters. It's our turn. I'll deem it that.
Yeah, it is.
Grand. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
Get you a grand.
I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Do you know anybody that doesn't have streaming and or cable of some sort to get entertainment in their house? Do you know anybody that just uses an antenna to get their entertainment?
No.
Not that I'm aware of. I probably do. Yeah, I would say.
Who do you think does that?
I don't know. No, my daughter has all of my streaming passwords, so she has that.
So if you don't have the internet and you choose not to buy a streaming package or whatever, I think they're even with, I mean, even if you have basic internet, I think if you have a smart television, aren't most of the TVs loaded now with that Freevee thing or whatever?
Yeah, Freevee. And Pluto has some free channels. There are free channels available that you can get.
Right.
Through internet, which would be comparable to like over-the-air signals.
Yeah, but I'm not, and that stuff is not on demand though, correct? I mean, it's the schedule, like the old days. You flip through the guide, and if it's on, it's on.
Maybe both. I can't speak to that.
I don't believe for some reason, because I remember the Pluto and Freevee thing, because I was flipping through it one time and there was a movie I wanted to watch, but it wouldn't let me, have any control over the movie. I just kind of had to watch it from where it was in them.
Oh, like the olden days.
Like the old days, right? Yeah.
Wow, remember when you had to get up to turn the channel?
Yeah, I do remember that. That freaks people out when you tell them that.
Yeah.
Like when you tell younger people that you used to have to get up to go change the TV, that is inconceivable to those rats. Inconceivable. You'd have to move to change the TV.
I think 1979 we got cable, and it was the box.
The slider box.
The slider.
It wasn't a slider. It was push. It was 15 push buttons.
But it was a micro touch thing, right?
Yeah, and then it had the up and down, so you had 30 channels, but it was a wire that ran all the way to the box.
And
so
the thing was like 50 feet long.
Yeah. Good times.
We didn't get cable because my parents refused to pay for something you can get for free.
Right, that's exactly how I grew up. Antenna. Yeah, you had to go out there and move the antenna during a storm to make it come in right.
My parents were like, what?
Right,
Why
right,
are we
right.
going to pay for TV?
So perpetually in my house, my grandmother's house, this is what I heard on Saturdays when wrestling came on. No, left. No, left. Right. No. Right now. Right. Right.
Stand right there.
Right there. Then
Don't
you
move.
Then you let go of the antenna, and your body now doesn't have that contact thing that makes the antenna come in better. You're like, what'd you do? You just no. You got to hold it. You got to hold it. But how? You can't watch wrestling this week. Just to stand out there and hold the antenna. Well, the reason I bring this up is if you do not have any of those services and you just choose to get your entertainment free through the air, through all the major networks that offer that, you used to have to lean on certain companies to see movies and such. You know, for a while there, it was Blockbuster. And then out of nowhere, every time you would go to Walgreens, you'd see this red box sitting outside with that little curtain.
I hated those things.
And you would go in there and you'd get your red box. It would distribute your DVD. You'd never turn it back in. Wind up paying $80 for it.
I used it a couple times. I always managed to turn it back in.
Yeah. I managed not to do it once, and it did charge us like $51 for the movie.
You're a bad human being.
Sometimes I am. But Redbox is done. Redbox
Are they?
Yeah, they're out of business. DVD kiosk rental business is shutting down. Do you guys know the story behind who purchased this recently?
I do not.
Is it
Justin
Blockbuster?
No.
Timberlake.
No, guess who owns this company?
Elon Musk.
No. The company is owned by Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment.
Okay.
So I guess that book series,
right?
You know, when they wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul book series, they made a bunch of money. They purchased Redbox because they wanted their streaming services, because I guess they had fired up some streaming services and then realized they could not really compete. They didn't have the ability to. And not only did this cost them Redbox, it actually did bankrupt the entire company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
1,000 employees lost their job. No benefits, no severance, no nothing. Chapter 7 liquidation.
Yeah. Chicken soup for the out of work.
I was going to say, that's not for the soul.
They called it Deadbox. Been in decline more than a decade. I don't know anybody who uses these here. Now, I will tell you where these were very popular is in rural areas where, you know, like up where we go to Itchituck in that area, Fort White and Lake City and those areas around there. That's really rural up there. I don't know if you've been up that way. Even more rural than Geneva, where I lived out there for a while. It's way more sparse than that. Usually the home sites are a couple of acres, you know, and there's really Dollar General, convenience stores. That's pretty much your commerce in areas like that.
Want to check your ethnicity before you go camping?
Right,
Is that the kind of
right.
message?
But what I did notice is the Dollar Generals and the Walgreens would have these red boxes, and there was always a pretty prominent line because none of them had cable or streaming services, so they would go to Redbox for their entertainment. And that's how they would see movies.
What are they going to do now?
Do not know. I don't think there's another DVD rental company out there, right? I mean, the libraries.
I was going to say your local library still remains your best option because those are free.
But some communities don't have them like that. I mean, you know, if you live in Fort White, you don't want to drive 44 miles to Lake City or whatever it is to pick up a DVD.
I've used it a couple times if there was a specific movie I was trying to get, but nowadays just about anything is available for rent for $4 on, you know, either
Anywhere.
Amazon Prime or Apple TV.
But again, if you don't have streaming services, you have to have, and of course they went to a mailing thing where they would mail you the DVD. I think that's how they started.
Well, I think YouTube you might even be able to rent now.
Again, if you don't have the internet.
Right.
If you don't have internet, don't have streaming services, if you don't apply to that.
I'm not listening.
You have no access to that. That's why Blockbuster, of course, before the internet. So, you know, you if you didn't have HBO.
Is that really the last one? Besides the library, the catalog at the library, Redbox would have been it?
I don't know that there's another DVD rental service out there. I think that idea of that has kind of died.
Because last year we lost the Netflix. They shut down the mail order.
Yeah, can't get them to mail DVDs anymore.
Most people had no idea we're still in operation.
I know, yeah.
I will tell you the scary thing. I'm going to be dead honest with you. That if you do estate or garage sales like I like to do, listen, you will never have a shortage of movies. At almost every garage sale or estate sale that I go to, you can buy a refrigerator box full of old DVDs for like 50 cents a piece.
Yeah.
So you could buy the damn thing and have it cheaper than you could rent it for a couple days.
And then you go up to Lake City. You set up your own
Right.
kiosk where you charge $5
Right.
a movie, and you make that money
So,
back.
Trade them in your family.
I put my whole collection out, that garage sale I did a couple years ago, and a handful of them I sold, and the rest, and I think a lot of people want them just in case. It's the just in case scenario.
Yeah.
If you lose internet,
Right,
or something in a storm, if you still have power,
Or a player.
Yeah.
Who has players? Who has a DVD player?
well, if you have a gaming service, if you have a not all games, because now even the Xbox and PlayStation have streaming only units.
That's right.
That don't have a place for the actual game.
And I believe it or not, oddly enough, our son, the year before the streaming thing, pretty much made DVD players and CD players or whatever pretty much obsolete, gave us a DVD/Blu-ray player for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Like literally the year before, and we kept it. So if anything hits the fan, we have a DVD player, Blu-ray player that we can play a movie we wanted to. Here's a big problem. No movies. We do not have one movie. I do not have one DVD movie.
Oh, I got a couple hundred.
I've got a couple, but I'll rent them out to you. It's going to cost you.
I got 8 Mile.
You have 8 Mile. Nice.
I've never seen that.
Are you kidding?
Remember, he lent it to me
Lent
for
it to
months,
her,
and I still
she
have never
had
seen it.
for years, but eventually found it and returned it.
I did after I moved. I was like, hey, there's Jack's movie.
Should have had it. Could have made 50 cents at the garage sale. All right.
Well, the good thing is that I just lost my train of thought again.
It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. All right, 407-916-1041. But you can buy them like as many as you can. I saw one where as many as you can grab. We'll sell them to you for like $1. I mean, you can reach in there and grab as many as possible. You can grab like 6 or 7 of them for $1.
I have a hard time because basically at that point you're just throwing them away, and I'm like, they're good movies. There's nothing wrong with them.
That's
And I went to a lot of effort to collect these. Some I bought
At
most I got
$20 a
for free.
piece.
Yeah.
At 20, like 15, $20 a piece.
Well, if rather than throw them away, take them to the Coalition for the Homeless, maybe the Orlando Union Rescue Mission, so that they can show the movies to their residents and the kids.
Actually, they do have areas like that.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have a library and movie area for entertainment for the kids and games and whatnot.
And maybe donate them to your local library so that family that can't afford to buy the movie can actually go to the library and get them for free.
Yeah, man.
Well, speaking of people needing help, the United Against Poverty, you talked about it at the top of the show, Jimmy. We have an opportunity. They experienced some roof damage.
A catastrophic roof failure,
yeah.
$150,000 gig.
$150,000. Now, the good news is they've already raised, I think, over $100,000.
Yeah, 110 or so. They need about $40K more to get the roof fixed.
So we're looking to push people in that direction. And if you want to help the United Against Poverty's mission, it's realradio.fm/give. It goes directly to their donation page. I mean, they do a lot in our community. This is their urgent care clinic and intake center that have to be closed now. They serve over 550 people a day in this Michigan Ave facility. And, they help the people who need help, and this is a chance to help get them back in business with whatever donation you can spare.
And truthfully, I mean, if you want to look at this homelessness issue, if you look at that like a problem in our community, these are the people trying to solve that. Yeah. I mean, this is exactly what they do. They're trying to get people who have fallen down on their luck, who need help, get them in a position where they can support themselves through housing, through everything like that. And it is a really good organization run by good people. And this is a dramatic loss, because this clinic, by the way, a great number of these people rely on this clinic for basic services, through, just anything they need medically. They can go in there and get it taken care of. And again, keeping people in good health so they can go out and get a job and provide for themselves.
So we put up a link to their site. You go to realradio.fm/give. It goes directly to their donation page for United Against Poverty. And if you can help them, let's help hit that goal, if not today, by tomorrow.
You got it, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with Colbert Court and our buddy Glenn Klausman.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast. And today is a Fox 35 weather impact day for the potential of scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and evening hours, some of which could produce some very heavy downpours and maybe even an isolated waterspout or two near the coast. Most of these showers and storms will be taking place closer to the East Coast in the I-95 corridor and points south of Orlando. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer NC24, limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples.
Finds Torres! Oh, what a strike! What an absolutely ridiculous goal!
Orlando City is heading to the northeast as the Lions take on New England on Saturday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own, you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
The wait is over. Dell Technologies Black Friday and July deals are live. Check out incredible savings on select laptops and more, like the XPS 15, powered by Intel Core processors. The XPS 15 brings you the perfect balance of power and portability, plus stellar visuals and immersive sound. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics, plus free shipping on everything. Don't miss out on Black Friday and July savings at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Men over 45, do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you, or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the UroLift system. The UroLift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to urolift.com and click on on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the Urolift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the Urolift system.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Aloha. Oh, talk about free Slurpee. Just past my local 7-Eleven. I see 3 soccer mom vans, 2 Escalades, 6 kids pouring out, 7 kids pouring in. You know they're going to have that free Slurpee.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All ages going off here in the Atlantic.
All right, 407.
I still have a DVD Blu-ray player, and yes, it's in the bedroom. Take that, Pornhub.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We'll have another keyword for you at the top of the hour, but you still have time with that one. So go get it. Grand, that's it. Welcome back. I'm Devin Jack are here as well. Let's do Colbert Court.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
That's right. Colbert Court brought to you by our good friend Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call Glenn Klausman at Klausman Law. Good and loud. For our good friend, whom we haven't seen in quite a while, Mr. Glenn Klausman, guys.
Yeah, he looks younger.
Good to see you again. You do look younger. I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks, big dog. How you been?
I'm good.
You been traveling a little bit?
Yeah, we did. We took a little vacation and got back in the grind.
You guys love Paris, France.
My wife does.
Yeah.
Are you and as long as she's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good. Good food.
Real good food.
Great coffee. Great bread.
Yeah, the bread is incredible.
Yeah, great everything, right?
Yeah. Food is great.
Did you get attacked?
I go for the food. She goes for the shopping.
Yeah.
Did you get attacked by any Parisians with water guns?
No, not at all.
I was telling you.
Not at all.
I was telling you that a little bit earlier. I was like, hey, we're going to talk about your trip because there's this weird thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
The stories I've heard are out of Barcelona and then Alaska, but there is this weird under rumbling of people who live in these tourist areas getting fed up with how many people are coming to their towns and kind of basically taking over and ruining it. Somebody just called right before the show, before you came in, and said they went to Croatia. And then when the cruise ship's going to Croatia, there are more people that are not from Croatia in Croatia than in Croatia.
Yeah,
like
it's
Alaska.
a cruise ship problem in a lot of places. Key West, if you remember, they voted to keep the cruise ships out, and after big donations and whatever to the people in charge in Florida, they passed a law that they couldn't do that. So
yeah. And then again in Alaska, that's the other big one. Is in Alaska, those Alaskans are freaking out because they get overrun and they just wonder what it's going to wind up doing to the city. And then of course, if the cruise ships ruin it, they'll just kind of move on to another city until like locusts.
Yeah, I think Paris though. I was very surprised that the crowds were not there. It was less crowded than it's been in all the prior trips we've done there.
Really?
Yeah, we went a little earlier because we didn't want to be there for the Olympics because we thought it'd be swamped at the time of the Olympics. And I've talked to some folks that we know there, and one runs a hotel, and there's a restaurant, and they say the bookings are way down. People, I guess everybody figured it's going to be crowded, so nobody's going.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, even beforehand, they figured people would just kind of pile in early so that they could wind up getting, all the appointments, all the times and everything they wanted for restaurants or other sightseeing issues.
The least crowded it's ever been that we've been there. It's probably from last year, maybe down 50% of what it was.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you, though. Of course, now you get all those great restaurants.
Yeah.
Do you eat at any of the Michelin spots over there?
No, we don't spend a lot of money on
No.
food. If a menu, you look at those menus and you get a little plate with fancy stuff all over it, and no, we don't do that.
You don't need to in Paris.
No. The food's great without it. I mean, they have these things you look at, and we have them here. you get a little plate with all this fancy stuff and not a whole lot of food, and you don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it is, and no.
You got to be like me, be a $2 sign guy. Don't go up to the $3 and $4 sign guy.
Yeah.
So, does your wife speak French?
Yes,
fluently.
Thank goodness. Yes.
Do you?
No, not at all. I'm able to, decipher a menu,
and that's about it.
Pretty much.
So, interestingly, I mean, could she speak French when you guys went over originally?
She's gotten much better at it, yeah.
So do they treat you differently if one of you do?
World of difference.
Oh, I can only imagine, right? Like, 'cause if you've made that, this is what I've heard in other countries. Like, we experienced this with, and when we went up to Quebec, there's a large portion of that area that just simply will not engage in English. But if you know how to speak French, and we watched it happen in a restaurant, they come alive. Like
Right.
It's a completely different machine.
Right. And you don't go into a place like, let's say you go to a pastry shop. You don't go in and you say, okay, I want this and I want that. You say bonjour.
Yeah.
Because they want to be treated nicely. They don't want to be treated as your servants.
Right. There's a greeting, right?
Yeah, there's a greeting. You say bonjour, and all of a sudden, you say English, and they say yes, and they're happy to talk to you. But if you just go in there and say, I want this, I want that, they look at you like you're being rude.
Well, you guys stay at the same place. You must be regulars in the area that you go. I mean, they probably recognize you every season, right?
Maybe not me, maybe my wife, but no. It's we have a good time.
Very nice, man. Well, I'm glad you traveled safe.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So I know that we had Dr. Mahan on while you were gone, which I appreciate. By the way, he was fascinating.
He's a great guy.
I mean, a fascinating guy. And it was kind of cool because I told him, we had this life imaging thing for hearts,
right?
And he jumped right in there and goes, "Man, that's one of the best things ever."
Right.
He goes, "I can't endorse that more. I've saved more lives with that kind of technology," which was great to hear.
Right.
And then he started kind of telling us about the information you can get from the scans regarding head injuries and how that happens and how important that is because here's the thing, you can seem fine.
Absolutely.
And then after the fact, you're not fine, and the MRIs can tell you that. And I know that you wanted to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, and it's really personal to me. I had a scan for just an abdominal scan for you get a colonoscopy, you get an abdominal scan when you get to be a certain age, and I had it, and I never heard back about the results. And then my wife had a scan that Dr. Mahan was reading. Just an MRI scan of the back, and I said, "Hey, Dr. Mahan, would you mind taking a look at my CT scan that I had of the abdomen that I never heard back on?" This is like 3 or 4 months later, and he said, "You have a massive tumor on a kidney," and I had no idea, and it was such that it was on the kidney and not in the kidney, so I was able to go through surgery where they took the tumor out, they took the kidney out, and there was no chance that it was going to spread. If I had not had Dr. Mahan read it, it's likely it would have progressed into the kidney and into the bone, and I had no symptoms.
Right.
I would never have known.
You should get a lawyer.
Yeah, right. I would never have known.
So why would they take the scan and not give you the results or not read the results? I mean, why even do the process?
Yeah, bad doctor.
Okay, gotcha.
Doctor was it got put in the file, and
I think it's important to hear that. By the way, I don't know. And again, I'm not dog. They're not.
It happens.
They're not infallible.
Right.
Okay. They can make mistakes as well. That's why you, as the patient, you have to follow up a lot of times like this. If something doesn't sit well with you, you have to be aggressive. We learned that about 4 or 5 years ago in a couple of procedures that we were having in our family. And my wife is not the sit around kind of gal.
Right.
She is the aggro on the phone, email, text you all at the same time kind of girl until she gets that answer. And we found out that was very effective, by the way.
Yeah. And they now have portals with like the big hospitals where you can go on your portal and you can see. But at this point in time, this person wasn't connected to the portal. It wasn't there. So thank God, I had Dr. Mahan take a look at it. And then because of that, I don't have any problems that I would otherwise it could have killed me.
Sure, yeah.
And I've had other clients that I've got another client who had a scan of his low back, an MRI of the low back, came back with a tumor on the kidney. And he had no idea. There's no symptoms. And he had surgery, and he's doing fine with that. I have another one who ended up with a tumor in the brain.
Yeah. Wow.
Had no symptoms, and they were able to do a procedure where they were able to pretty much get rid of it, make it disappear.
Same thing happened for me. I say it during my spot. I went in for a heart scan, and my heart turned out being perfectly fine.
Right.
But I did find some issues with my kidneys, and we have kidney problems in our family. We have genetic kidney disorders in our family. My uncle had to have one of his removed.
Yeah.
My mom had kidney failure, and they found a few cysts on my kidneys. And the cool thing about knowing early, and that's why it's so important, is you can form a plan.
Right, and you can get treated. And There are so many things that can end up killing you that there's no symptoms until it's too late to do something about it.
Right.
And the MRI scans, they show the inside of the body. You see what's going on.
Yeah.
CT scans, the same thing. So, and all of our clients that have spinal problems with, whiplash or low back pain, neck pain, that sort of thing, we encourage them to make sure they get MRIs to see what's going on there. And, sometimes what happens is you get a doctor that maybe there's $10,000 worth of auto insurance to pay the medical bills, and the doctor wants to run through it before he sends the person out for an MRI. And we encourage our clients to take a proactive stance and say, look, I want to get an MRI. I want to see what's going on. And my feeling also is the doctor treating you should know what the heck's going on inside your body when he comes up with a plan.
Yeah, they should. They got to know.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, I mean, you take it, and we even found out I have a little bit of diverticulitis beginnings of that. So you definitely got to pay attention to that stuff because that's one of those things that accumulates over time. And then next thing you know, you have major problems. I mean, life-threatening issues with that. So, yeah. And, when we were talking to Dr. Mahan a couple weeks back, he was a very good communicator, by the way.
Oh, he is.
Great voice. Very gregarious guy. You don't get that in doctors a whole lot. Good sense of humor. And I have a family member that had some issues, that had some head bumps,
right?
A little severe head bumps before, they were older.
Right, your son, right?
Yeah,
I remember.
And we wanted to make sure that that everything was good there. So we're in the process of seeing if everything's okay.
Okay.
He took a couple pops, and we just want to make sure he's good.
Yeah, and that's the message. The whole point of having Dr. Mahan cover when I wasn't here is to get the message out to people that it's very important to get an MRI. If you've got symptoms, just to see what's going on inside the body, because it gives you a picture that X-rays don't show you. X-rays show bones.
Yeah.
And the problems, there's a lot of problems that aren't in the bones. Your bones could look fine, and you can have disc damage, pressing on a nerve, all kinds of things that don't show up on X-rays, but do show up on MRI scans.
And I think one of the biggest things, and we talked about with Dr. Mann as well, is you can't discount the impact. You can't do that. You can't say, well, I just got tapped, or I don't feel anything. I'm not dizzy, no problems like that. If you had an impact that caused you to jar, or would you say is there a tell for that? Would you say that's automatic? If your airbag went off, you should probably take care of that, or is there a minimum impact that you?
Yeah, there's no minimum impact. It's symptoms, and the gold standard is if you have any kind of radiating symptom. What that means is if from your neck you've got any kind of numbness and tingling or symptom down the arm or to the fingers, or if from the low back you've got something going down the leg, the gold standard is you need to get an MRI right away so that you can see if that is being caused by a disc pressing on a nerve.
Yeah.
And those things get damaged in car accidents, discs, and they end up pressing on a nerve and causing that problem. So that's the gold standard. But even without that, if you're having continued symptoms, as a patient, you should know what the heck's going on inside your body.
Yeah.
If you're not getting better, you're getting treatment, you're not getting better, it's still there. Let's do an MRI, see what's going on inside my body.
So let's go back to, because, I mean, we say this kind of flippantly, but you and I both know that MRIs are not given out. There's no coupon, right? And it can't BOGO MRIs. They are expensive. So if you... How do you go about that then? I mean, if you've had an accident, we know that your insurance will do that. But if you're out there and you just want to get an MRI, that's a little bit more difficult, is it not?
That's true. If you're in a car accident, you've got $10,000 at least to pay towards your medical bills, and you should make sure that some of that is set aside to get MRIs of your neck and back if you have both neck and back problems. If you're not in a car accident, you have health insurance, you need a doctor to make that referral. You have to have your doctor make that referral. You just can't walk into a place and say, I'd like an MRI.
Will doctors just do that when you tell them? I mean, I can't imagine that. You just walk into your doctor's office and go, hey, buddy, order me an MRI.
Let me back up. You may be able to go to a place and say, hey, I'd like an MRI of my low back or my neck or my head, but you're going to pay cash for it if you do that. But if you want your insurance to cover it, you're going to have a doctor refer you.
So basically, you get an appointment, you go in, doctor says, what's going on? I've had blurred vision. I got some tingling in my fingernail or in my fingers. I had an accident a few weeks ago. It didn't seem like it was all that bad, or I fell off my tractor. I hurt myself on a ladder. I tripped and fell in the yard, hit my head, whatever. And since then, I've had these symptoms. I want to make sure everything's cool. Could you please do that? And they'll do some preliminary tests, I assume. and kind of go from there?
Well, the doctor would examine you and determine whether or not he thinks it's appropriate. But, if you're a patient, you should push for it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't believe they have that kind of juice with their doctor. Like, the doctors pretty much do what they want. You don't really have anything to say. They look at you and tell you what's to do.
Yeah, more and more patients have more juice with doctors these days.
Yeah.
More and more, because the doctors are getting surveys, and after you see a doctor, every time I see a doctor, I get an email saying, "Tell me how it was. Rate them 1 to 10 and this and that." The office, how long did you wait? Were they all kinds of stuff? So I think the medical providers are getting more and more concerned that they're being looked at. Somebody else is looking over their shoulder at them based upon what the patients are telling that's somebody else.
And there's some cultures out there, buddy. I grew up, and you did not go to the hospital unless you had a knife going through you. So to get a certain group of people to go and kind of be proactive like that is very difficult.
I have family members who say you go to a hospital to die. That
That's right.
But you need to take a more proactive approach than that. Like I said, in my situation, if I had just let it go and not done anything about it, I'd probably be dead today.
No, come on, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, kidney cancer, getting into the kidney and then spreading to the bone, there's not a whole lot,
Right.
The prognosis isn't good.
And you found yours just by
accident.
By accident, because you
No
you said
symptoms.
zero symptoms.
Zero.
What was the MRI you were getting for?
I was getting, I don't even remember. It's something to do with, gastrointestinal or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha. And then they found that outside of that.
Yeah.
And unbelievable, man.
Yeah. And fortunately, I think, because I do the kind of work I do, I think that's why the doctors, actually it wasn't even a doctor, it was a physician assistant I saw who evaluated me and said, okay, you're I know what kind of work you do. I'll send you out for a CT scan. So I went to the CT scan, never heard again.
Wow.
So even though you know what kind of work I did. So yeah. But fortunately,
get a lawyer.
But fortunately, Jack, there was no damage because we caught it in time.
Yeah.
Thank God. So if there's no damage, there's no case.
Now, let me ask you a quick question. I mean, this is a legal segment. Let's try to figure. Had you not made the phone call to ask this doctor about your scan and the results of that.
Sure, had I not known Dr. Mahan, or had
well, what I'm saying is, because the doctor that gave you the scan did not return your calls. Did not.
Here's what happens: you go get a scan, and the radiologist for the facility that does the scan reads it, and then that radiologist generates a report. That facility then sends it to the doctor who referred you. The doctor who referred you, it's his obligation to tell you what the results were.
But they never sent it even to Dr. Mann. They never.
No, what happened was they sent it to the doctor who referred me. The radiologist for the center I went to, a radiologist read it, and he sent it to the doctor who referred me. And he anticipated that doctor who referred me would let me know the results.
Oh, that's the bad doctor that we were talking about earlier.
Bad doctor.
Now,
I would think when a radiologist finds something like that, they should also make a call to you.
I mean, but okay, so would they have been liable had this thing gone past the scenario and you would have become ill and maybe something dire would have happened? Could they have been liable for
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Medical negligence for not getting a hold of me and letting me know the bad results.
Considering the severity of the situation.
Sure, absolutely.
Wow, man.
Absolutely, because it would have progressed to something much worse.
Did you take action on where it was then?
Did I? No.
What happened? Because you're able to take care of it.
No damage to me because thank God, Dr. Mahan took a look at it and told me what was going on. He said, "You can't wait. Get to your urologist." I went to the urologist. He looked at it. This was right when COVID was starting in 2020, and they were only doing emergency surgeries pretty much. And he said, "Look, this guy's got to get in and get his kidney taken out."
Wow, man.
So yeah.
Has your life changed any since that? I mean, other than still being alive.
No, yeah. I think my health is normal, but I'm more aware of the fact that I'm not 100% like I was.
Wow, man, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found that out.
Yep. And that's the message to folks. Get scanned. Get scanned.
Yeah, very good.
The life scans are good and all that. Get scanned.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was always good seeing you, man. Welcome back. Welcome home. Glad you got home safe.
Yep.
Good and loud for Glenn Clausman.
He looks younger.
And he brings pizza, too. This guy is the worst.
He brought pizza.
Francesco's Pizza for
This
you,
guy
Jack.
kicks kidney cancer's ass and then comes in and brings a pizza. Lawyer of the year. There.
Best pizza in town.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you again. There he is, Glenn Clausman. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. New keyword coming up right now.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Heavy delays continue on I-4 eastbound this afternoon due to an earlier crash that was reported just before South Street. Traffic is still stop and go back from Michigan Street. Looking at a crash blocking two southbound right lanes on John Young Parkway between Edgewater Drive and Orange Blossom Trail. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park today through Saturday, July 13th with 1,500 muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after a sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the third free. Visit NewSouthWindow.com.
Russell Peters, Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
August 1st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her when thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
On sale now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Russell Peters, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803.
800-506-5803.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN, GREEN, GREEN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Thank God for MRIs and the anesthesiologists. I didn't know I was out yesterday having a procedure on my little prostate issues. I also have a procedure for my kidney to go through, but my fear is dispelled from the professionalism in the anesthesiologist and my urologist. So get her done. It sucks, but get it done.
Guy texts in, hey, JCS, my father broke his femur, had surgery, lost 5 units of blood. Hospital only gave him 1, died the next day. Maybe I should give Glenn a call. I said, yes, you probably should.
Yeah.
Hospitals and medical facilities are not infallible. You don't want to be fraudulent about things like that, but I mean, you should expect a level of professionalism from our medical professionals at all level. And if you get ignored or you don't think you get the service you deserve, especially in dire situations like that, you probably should seek some help or some advice. And Glenn is very good at that. So 407-917-1718. 407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is green, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Green is your 5 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah.
Sorry, burping because he brought pizza.
Meat.
Terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
He's going to hear that and say, oh, he doesn't want me to bring food anymore.
No, you should never not bring food, Glenn. If you're listening, ignore everything that guy just said. That guy would be me.
Okay. I think we're all on the same page.
Very good. All right. Everybody knows who Intuit is, right? Intuit. There's the company who
tax preparation service.
Yeah, software company. So they do. Let's see. Well, their 2 main products are QuickBooks and TurboTax.
Yeah.
Done quite well for themselves.
They have.
All right.
Yeah.
So our question of the day is this. And if you want to go to our Instagram page or go to our YouTube feed, you can do that as well. JimColbertLive.com. Click right through. It's in the chat room there. While you're there, give us a like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. Intuit just announced today they're laying off 10% of their workforce. That's 1,800 people. And the reason why, according to CEO Sasan Goodarzi, is the company. The company says they are going to return the company to its original workforce, but those employees are going to be AI employees.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, and what's unique about the American media is this. The bleeds it leads thing is as true as it gets. You're going to see Biden stuff, you're going to see Trump stuff, you're going to see murder stuff. Right? That's what you're going to see. That's the stuff that people are clicking on that. But if you start rolling down the page, and you go to the financial sectors and you go to those, and you start reading all of the stuff that these news agencies provide, you're going to start seeing a little pattern forming. And that pattern is, slowly but surely, these companies are replacing employees with AI. And they're doing it as we speak. And this is 1,800 employees. This is a small town of people. that just lost their jobs. And they lost their jobs because AI and the people they'll rehire have to be specifically trained in artificial intelligence. Now, we knew this was coming. You know, we kind of knew in advance. It's like one of those hurricanes. It's coming. It's coming. Going to be here anytime now. It's going to be bad when it gets here. Well, it's here. And what I wanted to ask everybody out there and ask you guys, do you feel that your job is in jeopardy of being replaced by AI? You know, and before you answer, I mean, if you're a paralegal or if you're anybody who works with numbers, crunching numbers, gathering and sorting information, distributing information, I would think that if you work for a pretty big company, you should probably be concerned about your employment over the next 3 or 4 or 5 years.
I think it depends on how much they figure out the hallucinate problem with AI.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay, I agree. But the hallucination stuff comes when you ask it questions about humanity. Like when you, your calculator.
Those open-ended answers.
Right.
I think mathematics, computers have down pretty well.
Absolutely.
So therefore, the accounting
we're talking
field.
about crunching number, gathering information.
Crunching numbers, I agree with.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of show me what a man looks like and that kind of.
Right. Well, yeah, here's the thing.
More vague stuff.
If you're in HR, chances are you're going to be good. All right. At some levels, there are HR, what they call, what are those, we just talked about it a second ago, portals, where you go in, I'm not feeling well, I'm feeling depressed, I think I'm I get anxious or whatever, but that still leads you to a human professional that has to ascertain how you are based on,
It's nice to know human resources will still have some humans in it.
Wait, do we have human resource?
If you're in
a phone number.
If you're in the creative world, you're probably not safe. If you are in graphic design, if you are in any, if you're in television production, if you're in, maybe even radio production, you're probably not safe because a lot of that can be handled by a few people who know how to prompt the machine to give the person what they want. Now, here, my personal belief is I still believe that there's a generation that's going to want authenticity. And I think that this AI thing is going to wind up kind of, with the exception of its application to situations like Intuit has here, where they're just crunching numbers and things of that nature. When it comes to creativity and humanity, the human aspect of being alive, I don't know if that's going to be replicable by a computer. Not now, but it could eventually. But I wonder what percentage of our audience believes that their job is in jeopardy of AI. Well, what are you laughing at?
Someone just texting us saying, I inseminate cattle for a living. You need a bit of a delicate touch for that. I'm not worried about a robot taking my job.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like when I thought of that this morning, I was like, I wonder how, maybe, look, there are obvious ones, but you would think this. You would have thought a truck driver would have been safe. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. But we know for a fact there is a war to get automated trucking happening.
Yeah, they've been doing it in Australia for a while.
And it will eventually happen. Eventually they will figure out these trucks. Eventually they'll figure out how this grid works, and eventually they'll make it safe enough where their insurance algorithm will kind of even out. And they're like, okay, we can put them out there now. We feel they're safe enough that, we can afford any hit that we take, through any accident that may happen. If you're a drywaller, if you're a framer, see a pattern forming here? What I've been talking about for the last 10 years? If you're a skilled laborer.
Jim's on his I hate college rant.
No, I'm not on I hate college, but I'm telling you, if you're a skilled laborer out there, something I've been saying for about 10 years now, you're safe from AI.
We have to get you a turban. Like Johnny Carson used to wear.
But I'm telling you, that's absolutely true.
Would you wear it?
They can't lay concrete. They can't lay block. They can't do floors.
Sure AI can.
AI can't do that.
Once they train the machines how to come in there and just lay it all down?
It's too nuanced. I'm telling you, it can't happen. It's too nuanced. The design aspect of it is too fickle for AI to come in and have a machine to do something like that. It's just the machine would cost too much. The human touch is still there. Building pools, you're probably good. Your landscaper, you're going to be good. But if you work in an office on a computer, I would think that you probably need to make some plans. Or at least do some research on how AI is going to affect your job.
AD in the YouTube chat says they do structural engineering drawings. AI almost certainly will take over their job someday. They're just hoping it's not before they plan to reach retirement age, about 12 years away.
Yeah. Physical therapist says, I'm probably pretty confident that I'm good. You're right. You are. Because an AI is not going to. It can give you an opinion of what's wrong based on information like a scan or something, but it can't take you through the therapy. It can't do that for you.
Someone says no replacing park greeters at Disney. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree wholeheartedly. You tell me a kiosk couldn't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
I just started watching a new series that just dropped yesterday.
Which was?
On Apple TV Plus. It's called Sunny, and it's with Rashida Jones, but it's about robots and technology and stuff, so it's kind of interesting. It takes place in Japan. It's pretty
really?
neat. Yeah, I watch it. There's a mystery angle to it, and it's a little dark, which is kind of neat. Which I like. I'm drawn to that. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But Apple TV, they release like one a week. And so they dropped the first 2 yesterday, and then every Wednesday they release an episode. We watched the first one last night, and it was like, that's pretty cool.
Really? What's it? I mean, is it a murder mystery thing, or is it?
Yeah, so I can tell you what happens in the beginning. So Rashida Jones, she's American, but married and living in Japan. But there's we meet her as there's a plane accident, and she loses her son and husband in this plane accident. And then, she finds out he didn't have the job she thought he did. They get a robot that he actually was part of programming. And then it just kind of goes from there. But
sounds like iRobot meets La Machina or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Well, we don't know too much about the robot, but the robot plays a prominent feature in it, and just like technology, it's interesting to see. I'm wondering, is technology currently like they are portraying in Japan, or is this a fictionalized version of technology?
Does the robot look like the iRobot robot? Because wasn't that robot's name Sunny?
I don't know that.
In the movie iRobot, I believe the robot that got life or whatever became what's the word? When sentient, right? Yeah, when it became sentient.
Yeah.
I think that robot's name was Sunny.
This one, these robots are 3 feet high. The bulbous head, like a white robot rolling around. But has a big screen. But it's interesting so far. I've only seen one episode.
Yeah, I just learned yesterday that Rashida Jones is Quincy Jones's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Just learned that.
Oh well.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I saw a couple people calling in. I'll take calls on that. If you want to tell me if you think your job is safe from AI, I do have a couple other things. We'll do that right after this. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
What's more exciting than a brand new iPhone with a dozen cameras? How about Real Radio on your iPhone? Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy traffic continues this afternoon east and westbound on I-4 between US 27 and the 429 and between the Beach Line and 535. No major problems to report for those who need to take the 408 this afternoon. Traffic moving well for the most part on the Beach Line and on the Greenway. If you run into traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day about AI. Find it in our YouTube chat. Also find it on the Real Radio Instagram page in our story at Real Radio 1041. It's brought to you today by the Home Builders Network. You can't replace the Home Builders Network with AI. When I needed my roof replaced, I needed Mike the Home Builder and his team of professionals at the Home Builders Network. But they do more than roofs. They might patch your roof. You need new windows, new doors, gutters. There's many things they can do to better your home, and you can contact them at hbnusa.com. Home Builders Network, recently nominated by Orlando's Best for Best Windows and Doors. Also a nominee for Best of Florida for Best Roofing Contractor. You find them at hbnusa.com. That's where you find Mike the Home Builder.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Hey Orlando, get ready for your real estate journey with Nickley's Believe It or Not. Did you know the Nickley Group sells the most homes in Central Florida? They actually sell one every 9.7 hours. The Nickley Group sells homes twice as fast and for 6% more on average.
Yeah, that's approximately $25,000 more for your home.
Why? Because the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently.
Don't believe me? Google them.
They have over 3,000 five-star reviews. Get your own dedicated team of local experts and experience the difference. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, call the Nickley Group. Visit thenickley.com.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Being careful these days with your budget doesn't mean you have to settle for inferior quality jewelry at a mall store.
If you're used to shopping in malls and never been into an IDC before, I want to personally invite you in.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
We've got something for everybody. It doesn't matter your budget. It doesn't matter if you need financing. We'll make it happen.
As a manufacturing jeweler, IDC is able to cut out the middleman.
Our diamond bracelets, we buy the bracelet, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. Our diamond bands, we buy the mounting, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. So you're cutting out all that 40% that's in the middle for these manufacturers.
And that's for superior quality jewelry with free service for life.
When you come into IDC, you're going to get better quality for less, period.
International Diamond Center.
The one thing I'll guarantee you is you will make a big financial mistake if you don't shop IDC.
4 Orlando locations, or visit us online at shopidc.com.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Jim Colbert here for FAS Windows and Doors. Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it's time to replace your single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep the heat outside during the summer and inside during the winter. Too much outside noise getting in? Considering replacing older windows and doors with laminated insulated glass, providing as much as 100% improvement. Keep that noise outside where it belongs. Offering rebates of $100 per window and $200 per door. Also offering 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to the station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Almost here. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Want more from the Jim Colbert Show?
I do.
Online at jimcolbertlive.com.
Thank you.
Hey guys, happy day. A little less aggro talk back than my first one, but the people with TurboTax and any of the tax preparation software or businesses, they all need to be fired and should be fired and could be fired if they went to a more simple, understandable tax code where every citizen could just file their taxes themselves, or if the government did it efficiently and we didn't have to file taxes. Take what you're supposed to take in the first place.
Thing one, let AI pull the weeds that I do. Let them mow the grass that I do. Fine. That's great. But let them be as crazy as I am. Or like Larry, too.
Terrifying.
That's impossible.
Horrifying.
We're just weird.
Yeah.
And AI can't do weird right. And they can't mumble.
I love the fact that Evil Eye also threw Larry under the bus
I
with
love that,
him
yeah.
for being crazy and weird.
Larry's like, I'm not like you, buddy. He's sitting home right now. He's picking up his phone, leaving one right now.
Yeah, he is.
All right, 407-916-1041. Green is your 5 o'clock keyword, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Green, that'll do it. I'm Jim, Deb and Jack are here as well. Got a bunch of calls on this thing about AI, man.
People have thoughts.
Yeah, they have thoughts.
And
I think
real concerns.
Yeah.
Everyone has to look at their job. It's like, wait a second.
Literally took the words out
Can I
of my
be
mouth.
replaced by a computer?
Yeah. I mean, if you look, here's the thing. Listen, in my life, I've watched a number of things, owned a business or two in my life and stuff. And, one thing I do know is the people around that I watched become successful at anything, they were like a half a step ahead. They were a half a step ahead. That's all it really takes. Everybody thinks you have to be way ahead. You don't. You got to be a half a step ahead. And this is a half a step ahead scenario here. You really need to pay attention to these things because, it's your livelihood, for crying out loud. And there are a number of these jobs that could be susceptible to being replaced. And I would have an open conversation with my employer if I were in that position. I'm not saying that this job can't be replaced by that, but I think it'd be a little difficult. But in that same sense, I would easily open up that dialogue. Hey, look, is there a possibility you guys are looking to adopt some AI technology that would replace my job? Please be honest with me. I don't think, is that bad? If you were an employer and somebody came to you and asked you that, would you be honest with them?
No.
You would not?
No, most managers are not.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get an honest answer.
You're not going to
on
get
that.
an honest answer.
You don't think
if
so?
The answer is yes. It's it's really a big field right now, and there's
you go.
no program that does exactly what you do.
Yeah.
There's
so
the
I
corporate
wouldn't
speak.
worry about it. Just keep
you don't
showing
think,
up and doing the great job that you're already doing, and that'll take care of itself.
You don't think you'll get the we're exploring options possibility scenario?
Don't think so.
Yeah, all right, good. All right, 407-916-1041. Let's go to these phones, see what these guys have to say. Jose, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much. If you look up 60 Minutes did a story, I don't know how long back, but I don't know if it's Arizona, Texas, or if it was New Mexico, where this guy created a machinery. They go through the computer system, the graph of the house, and I believe that they set it up with wire mesh and then like a foam, and the machine alone itself builds the house with the concrete.
Yeah, now there are 3D there are 3D printed facilities. There's no question. Would that be considered an AI replacement?
Well, yeah, that's one step of it, right? Because if you're saying if you're a laborer, you're safe. Well, they are just saying, well, we can also do construction.
Yeah. They can lay block.
Yeah. Somebody also said that they've got we already have computer lawnmowers, Jim. Landscapers are not safe.
Wow, really?
And somebody else said that they have a machine that can put up a block of a wall in one day and plumb it better than a mason.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't heard of that one yet. All right, 407-916-1041. Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Pretty good. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah. Well, I'm a roofer, Jim, and there ain't no robot going to do a roof and come down and have a cold beer at the end of the day. What do you think?
Buddy, I got to tell you, I think you're safe. And tip one for me if you don't mind, sir.
I think he has.
Especially after today. Boy, it was humid today.
Oh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Just asking people out there if you think your job is safe from AI.
Are there fat roofers?
Never seen one. Never. Now that you bring that up, I have never seen a fat roofer.
Yeah,
and if they are, they're usually not up on the roof.
Yeah. It's not a safe for
They
fat
own the
guys.
company.
They're in the cab of the truck with the AC on.
I have to tell you, when I was up on my roof here recently, we had the photos on social. It's terrifying up there, man. And my roof is not like even a super severe pitch like my other house. That roof was a really severe pitch. You could not walk. You could not get up it. You would have to have something to help you get up
You ever
there.
slip? Like not slip and fall off, but just slip enough where your stomach goes, oh.
Okay, so when we were doing some roof work on one of our rentals a while back, we were actually installing a one of those tin roofs, one of those steel roofs.
Yeah.
We were doing it ourselves, and that stuff is painfully slippery.
Yeah.
And the one thing that did happen is I went to step and get my footing, and I stepped on that slippery roofing, and that 1 foot slid out from under me, and I purposely fell to my ass so that I wouldn't tip over. But that's the closest ever. It wouldn't have been that big of a fall.
Yeah.
But still.
Big enough.
Yeah, when you're a couple 100 pounds, you hit the ground hard.
It's interesting. There's only 2 people so far who have said that AI can come and take their jobs. So far, hospital RN. If a robot can do what I do, be my guest.
Right, exactly.
Another one said that they are a probation and parole officer, and they would love for AI to come and watch a dude pee in a cup.
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
And a lot, I think what you're going to see, whether it's the construction or even with the nurse, I think AI assisted. And if your job is now AI assisted, whether it's managing the medicine that's going to all the patients and you are actually interacting, what you are doing is you're reducing the need for the amount of humans.
Yes.
Your job might be safe. You're working with AI, but down the line, you are reducing the amount of humans employed in that field.
And even talking about architecture, the design of the house that the laborers are building is easily be done by AI. Easily done by AI. That's like, matter of fact, that's kind of where it would shine. Because I know that my wife and I, when we were trying to rebuild this bathroom in this house, we're trying to get a good idea of where everything could go because it's kind of an odd layout. And we wanted to update it because it's like from the 50s, so it's not real super efficient. The shower's smaller, stereotypical stuff like that. Everybody we talked to said, just pop it in GPT. Just pop the, show them where the openings are. I mean, you could basically tell them that, hey, this wall is this wide. The door opening is here. This is where the toilet is now. This is where we have plumbing. And you describe it, and it'll spit out like 10 different designs showing you where you could put the stuff in the bathroom where it would work. I mean, you know how much that would cost you from a designer if you did that?
Oh, yeah.
It's expensive, guys. I could not believe how much it was to just for the plans to redesign our last house was overwhelmingly expensive. And if you were efficient on that machine and you could just pop it in there and say, hey, do that. I don't know. I mean, I know that you have to go.
I was going to say for planning purposes and building permits, would that be?
That's the other thing is like you obviously have to know what you're doing there. You have to know how to go over. And that's what I think will happen in the early stages of AI when it comes to situations like that. You'll have to have a human being kind of go over it, double check the work. But again, like Jack said, you're still ruling out 3 other employees that would have touched before it ever got to your hands.
Right. No, I'm just saying with the Chat GPT, could you take that to like a planning department in the city and have them approve it?
As long as all the verbiage and all the words were right and all the stuff was right, because those plans are pretty detailed of what goes where. There's an electrical one, there's a structure one, there's one for so every plan is a different layer. But I mean, theoretically, it could do whatever you want it.
Well, you can try it out for the rest of us.
Yeah, right. 407-916-1041. Hey, Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Couple things. Jim, I've been listening to you since I was a kid. I'm now 45 years old, and this is the first time I've actually called into your show.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. And 2, I wanted to definitely hop on this AI talk. I've been talking about this on, my social media, and either people just aren't interested, don't care, or they don't really understand the effects of what AI can bring.
I think the latter.
People just aren't talking about this enough. AI could absolutely replace me in my current work field, 100%. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily concerned right now, because I think that there could be a difference between working for a private or public company, but eventually working for private could probably give me a little bit of time, but once it's seen how much money can actually be saved, once again, a private company will obviously go where, they're going to be saving money. So it's a huge concern of mine because, I went to school, for computers, and this is what I do for a living. I work on a computer all day, 8 to 5 in an office, and AI scares me to death. And when, you see everything else that's going on in the world, and I don't want to be that guy, but, they're putting electric cars out there now. You've got, the guy who put electric cars out there. You got that guy, owning, a huge platform. That's communication. This guy's wanting to put people on Mars, and I think you know who I'm referring to as far as Elon Musk.
Sure, yeah.
And now you've got AI. Like, it's a scary scenario all the way around.
Yeah, I got to tell you, buddy, I agree with you. And I think what Jack said was even better. Is I believe that a lot of people just kind of have their head in the sand and hoping that maybe it doesn't hit them in this lifetime, or their lifetime. I think that's a big thing, man. I think a lot of people out there our age in their mid-50s who have jobs that could be affected by AI are just kind of ignoring the fact that it could happen to them and hoping one day somebody doesn't roll through that door and go, hey, I got bad news, man. We love you. But unfortunately, your $110 or $110,000 or $70,000 salary can be saved because I can push a button and do your job in a quarter of the time.
And we're doing the math. We're doing the countdown. I got 10 years. I got 12 years. I got 8 years.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows when you're going to wake up and read that story? Hey, guess what AI can do now? And you think it's novel at first, right? I think that's the scariest part, right? It's novel. It's like a toy.
Isn't it fun?
It's like a toy now, right? Oh
Yeah,
my God!
We can make songs.
All you do is tell it to do this, and look what it does. How fun! And then you go, and then it goes, hey, and I can tell it to do accounting. Watch, and you're like, what? I'm an accountant. It just did 4 tax returns in the time it takes me to do, 1 tax return. What is going to happen? I went to college for this. I was supposed to be safe. All right, let's go to Big Country. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Hey, Jim. I'm a owner of a finished carpentry business and remodeling business, and I don't feel that AI could take away the labor side of the job just because dealing with stuff that's out of level, out of plumb, requires a certain kind of finesse. Do you believe that AI could benefit us in a way that would allow us to, like you said, make design easier? Maybe I could walk into a house and just take a video of the rooms, and it tell me potential problems and such like that. But I don't believe that it could actually take away the labor side of finished carpentry.
Yeah, buddy, I would agree with you there. I think the craftsmanship of some of these things can be very difficult to replicate through machinery. For what a human wants to do. And I think, you know what, honestly, buddy, I'm going to tell you, Big Country, this may come down to just people wanting to employ people. This may be coming down to like an ethos thing where employers are like, well, I mean, yeah, we're saving money, but look what it's doing to our community.
Right. Yeah.
We're putting, I have more money and maybe the company's got more money, but you just put 1,000 people out of work. And now my community is destroyed and it's rotting and people are moving away because there's nothing else here. They can afford anything.
Would you get on an airplane that was piloted completely by AI, no flight attendants, just a flight full of passengers?
Well, yeah, I would. And I'll tell you why. You do it every day when you get on an airplane because once those things get to cruising altitude, nobody's flying it.
Yeah, man, I want the drunk pilot, dude.
That thing's on autopilot from the instant they're at cruising speed.
As long as it's not a Boeing Max, I'm okay with that.
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's go to Chris here. Hey, Chris, how you doing, boss?
Doing pretty good. How y'all doing today?
Good, buddy. Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
No problem. So I'm a roofer, and AI is, we went to the Roofing Expo out of Vegas this year, and they have a robot that actually has suction cups that installs shingles on the roofs. So I'm a field manager, so I do all the quality control stuff, so that's going to be hard to replace me. But as far as the installation job goes, that's going to be something that they're going to be able to use a machine to go ahead and install the shingles. And one more thing, like rollers, pavers, graders, those are ran by GPS now. So if they can get that together, there's a lot of people that could lose their jobs.
Are you kidding? So now heavy equipment that builds roads, like infrastructure equipment, is all run by GPS, so all the lines are perfect based on what the design is going to be?
Yes, sir.
Wow, dude. See? Like, I was completely blind to this. Thanks for your call, boss. I appreciate it.
Every industry is looking to save money.
And one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is because I would have never known that. I mean, think about what that guy just said. He goes you're going to symposiums about running a grader. Like back in the day, you just find the guy who can smoke the most cigarettes and you put him up there. And he knows what he's doing, right? There was a certain touch to that. I mean, the finished carpenters the same way. We had a guy in our neighborhood back in the day, a couple of houses ago, which wasn't that long, I guess. a couple of houses ago. This guy didn't have a driver's license. He had a bicycle with a bucket that he could put his beer in when he went to the store. And this guy was the most incredible craftsman you ever met in your life. Everything was perfect. If you walk through his jobs, you think it was done with a machine. It was that good. But he didn't have a driver's license. Couldn't figure life out.
Right. But he could finish like a master.
But he could finish like a master. And now you have machines. I would have to see it before I would believe it. And I would just have to see a machine put a roof on, as well as a worker could. I don't know. Maybe they can. Steven, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Hey, Jim. Good. I disagree with that guy who works on computers saying that it's going to take the jobs and whatnot. I think it's going to improve the jobs. It's the same people who said, "Oh, computers are going to take people's jobs," but how many millions of jobs are now in computers and working with them, just kind of providing productivity? I'm a database administrator, and I work with like AI technology and whatnot, and it just improves my job and makes me more efficient. It helps a lot in that regard, but it's not in any way taking the job.
Yeah,
it's like making me better at it.
Yeah, let me ask you though, Stephen, though. Okay, so if they make you twice as efficient as you are now, why would they need your partner that's sitting beside you?
Oh, man, they fired that guy like a couple months ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is the problem, right? Yeah, hey, man, it's just making me more efficient. So efficient, you only need one of me and not three of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's exactly what we're talking about. Hey, Big T, ended up for us. What you got going, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm in custom pool construction, and while I would agree with the other guy that was talking about the fact that AI definitely can do things for me, like designing pools. They could be handling my inventory, my stock for each job. I'm sure there's ways that it can improve on it, but as far as every single job being different, every single pool being different, the details, the intricacies that go along with a job like this, there ain't no way, not for now, and I'd say not for a decent bit of time, where an actual AI computer with machines is going to be able to take over what I do, and I don't know. It's a devil's advocate.
Yeah, not anybody, nobody, buddy, no machine wants to build a pool in Florida. I got bad news for you. I think you're perfectly safe. But where it could get interesting, if you have a big pool firm, right, and you have a couple of people on property that design pools, well, they're going to go. I mean, that's gone. That's done, because your customer's going to come in. They're going to sit with the owner. They're going to get an idea. They're going to feed the specs into one of the AI generators, and it's going to spit out a bunch of options. And they're going to go, I like number 2.
Right,
and then
now
you're going to go build that pool.
Looking at their computer saying, "Screw you, Jimmy."
Yeah, you're right. You're true. That's true, though. That's the thing, man. You just can't stick your head in the sand. You got to be aware. All right, 407-916-1041. Let's load them up. Trivia is next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by HCA Florida Alafaya Emergency.
Florida State fans are blowing up social media about a Yahoo report that the Seminoles are in talks to join the Big 12 once they're liberated from the ACC. Florida and Cal, they've agreed to cancel their upcoming home-and-home football series. The Gators were set to host the Bears in 2026. And one half of the Wimbledon women's final is now set after Italy's Jasmine Paulino took down Donna Vekic in today's semis. I'm Scott Davidson.
HCA Florida Alafaya Emergency, located just south of the intersection of East Colonial Drive and North Alafaya Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Guys, here in Central Florida, you got to have a good AC system, and you got to have one that will always work for you. You cannot have these half-stepping AC systems. Mills Air's here to make sure that you always have a reliable air conditioner in your house. They do that with their preventive maintenance plan. That's where they come in and basically give your AC a tune-up like you would your car. They make sure all your duct work is good, it's not leaking. Make sure your Freon is great. Make sure all your capacitors, all your compressors, all of that is perfect. Then they can send you off and say, you're good. You'll be good for this season for sure. But if you do happen to need a new AC, even better. These guys are factory carrier factory authorized dealers, and that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. These guys are here to help you out with 30 plus years of experience, and they're family owned and operated. Call them 407-277-1159. Online, it's millsair.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
2 guys, 5 rings. Yes. One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You got to get your head in the game. As Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French.
Well.
I have no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app. Search 2 Guys, 5 Rings and start listening.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322.
With over 100 million albums sold, 20 #1 hits, and 10 #1 albums, an evening of icons, an unforgettable night of classic hits. With the Commodores and Pointer Sisters. With special guests, the Spinners. November 14th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Get tickets now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Millions of kids in America depend on the meals they get at school. When school's out for the summer, many of those meals disappear. Kids and teens can get free meals right in their neighborhoods, provided by local schools and community groups. To find the nearest meal site for your children, just text the word food to 304304 or go online to nokidhungry.org/help. No questions asked or registration required. This service is made possible by No Kid Hungry.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
Please let AI come into the office, take on the emails and the scheduling and everything else, because humans just let too much fall through the cracks. Clifford, West Bob. However, that robot ain't going to rebuild your 444, hang a ceiling fan, rerun electrical, do stress lighting, fix a leaky pipe. Ain't going to do no handyman work. That robot ain't coming in my house.
I like how defiant they are. I love it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here, and he has the Jackie Sack. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
In the Jackie Sack today, we still have another pair of tickets to see Styx. You know them. You love them. They are a rock band, and you can be there live.
They are a rock band, Jack.
They are a rock band.
I was going to get more, and then I'm like, yeah, what am I going to say about them?
Exactly. That you don't
Progressive
already
rock,
know.
would you call it progressive?
No. Just
classic rock?
Just classic
Classic rock band. Okay, July 20th at Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. That's in Tampa, about 90 minutes from here. It's no biggie. Spend some time at the casino across the street if you gotta.
Mm-hmm.
But Styx, you could be there July 20th if you're the winner for JCS Trivia. That's what's in the Jackie Sack today, and it is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Doesn't matter if your move is local, long distance, residential, or even commercial, but it does matter if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to get you a discount. So book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Cute quickety clack. Oh, quickety clack.
I know you said quack.
Back to you.
Quickety quack.
Quickety quack.
Thanks,
back
Elmer.
to
We
you.
appreciate that.
Sure.
By the way, the Zelensky just got through addressing the NATO here, and we are going to try to carry Joe Biden's his press conference around 6:30.
As CNN is calling it, Jim, it's President Biden's high-stakes news conference.
It is high stakes, buddy. We're going to try to carry as much as possible starting around 6:30, so you can look forward to that. Jack, who's first today, buddy?
Let's see. Yesterday, the first caller was a winner. Let's see how it plays out today. Martin is up first.
All right, let's go with Martin. Martin, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing great.
Good, man. Would you like to play a little game with us?
I sure do.
Let's do it.
Do you want to play a game?
All right, Martin, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, Martin, it is sideways, boss. It's a lie.
No.
I'm trying to get past you. I don't want you to win right now. Because you're the first caller, and I have a big problem with that. You know.
Yeah, you know. Did you hear yesterday?
All right, so...
I heard it. You were like right on the money. He was like, number 3. I was like, how did you know that?
Son of a bitch, it makes me so mad, Martin. Don't make me mad, Martin. All right, buddy, here we go. On this day in 1804, 1804,
all right,
Vice President of the United States shoots and kills Alexander Hamilton in Weehawken, New Jersey, in an agreed-to duel. That happened on this day in 1804. Here are 3 fun facts about Alexander Hamilton and 1 lie that became a Broadway hit. All right, buddy, we're talking about Alexander Hamilton. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Alexander Hamilton founded the U.S. Department of State. Number 2, Alexander Hamilton was our first president, George Washington's right-hand man. Number 3, Alexander Hamilton founded the New York Post newspaper. Or lastly, Alexander Hamilton's son, Philip, was shot and killed during a duel at the same place he died 3 years earlier. Which of those is a lie?
Founding New York Post.
No, that's absolutely true.
Really?
Alexander Hamilton is the founder of the New York Post.
Oh.
Not bad, huh? Who's next?
Megan.
Megan, hold on 1 second. Megan, I am going to get to you. I promise, Megan. Megan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you, Jim?
I am super happy that you called. We're talking about Alexander Hamilton, Megan. Which one of these is untrue for a pair of tickets to see Styx? Here we go. Number 1, Alexander Hamilton founded the U.S. Department of State. Number 2, Alexander Hamilton was our very first president, George Washington's right-hand man. Or lastly, Alexander Hamilton's son, Philip, was shot and killed during a duel at the same place he died 3 years earlier.
I'm going to go with number 1.
And you are going to go see Styx, your winner! Yay! Hey, just out of curiosity, what department did Hamilton create?
Oh, I have no idea.
The Department of Treasury.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Okay.
Hamilton created the Department of Treasury. You are a winner, Megan. I'm going to put you on hold.
Congratulations.
Jack will get all your information and use it inappropriately. So there you go.
I don't know that. Megan sent me a picture.
Alexander Hamilton was our first president, George Washington's right-hand man. Did you know that?
I did not.
I did not either until I heard today. I mean, when they actually...
You went to... You sat next to me at Hamilton.
But they didn't
How
show...
do you not know this?
Did they say that in there?
It was pretty obvious.
Nah, I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention. My wife wore a really short skirt that night.
You should have been in the room where it happens.
How about this? Did you know this one? That his son was challenged to a duel in Weehawken, New Jersey, and actually was shot and killed 3 years before the very same thing happened to him.
Jimmy, it's how the play ends.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh, geez. You were there!
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't care.
We were in the second row.
I know, it was great. I love the music. I'm telling you, I don't have a memory for stuff like that. I don't care. I don't listen to stuff like that. I just don't.
I was just in Weehawken.
Yeah, all right. Were you really?
Yeah.
I thought that's where you're from.
Well, it's right over the bridge. It has a beautiful view. Weehawken has a beautiful view of Manhattan, of lower Manhattan, but it's on the Jersey side.
Gotcha.
You actually, when you were up there, you stayed right next to Weehawken.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, so stupid.
Oh, God.
All right, a couple other
Let
things
it
you may
go,
not
Jack.
know about Alexander Hamilton before we get to the top of the hour.
Let it go.
Alexander Hamilton inspired America's very first political party. What is that?
Whig?
No. I think it was the Federalist, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
there-
Federalist Papers.
It was right there in play. You got to pay attention. Alexander Hamilton was a self-taught
flautist.
That's great. Jack knows the game. He's a lawyer, self-taught lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He also grew up in advert poverty as well. He was very poor when he grew up. Alexander Hamilton had 12 other duel challenges before the Burr duel. By the way, the Hamilton guy wasn't really liked. Like there,
Was
he
that
had
from the play?
Well, he had a real contentious relationship with Jefferson. We knew that.
Correct.
And he hated Aaron Burr, but they'd hated each other for years before the duel went down. Yeah. But other people, like former President John Tyler, wasn't a big fan.
Yeah.
They just wasn't a big fan of this guy for some reason. Let's see. Alexander Hamilton was born in the Caribbean. Did you guys know that?
I think I'd heard that.
Born on a little island called Nevis Island, which is now part of St. Kitts.
It's literally how the play starts.
Yeah, that's funny. And then lastly here, Alexander Hamilton left his family in
disrepair.
Poverty.
Crippling debt.
Yeah.
Crippling debt.
Really?
Yeah. They were very, very... I mean, matter of fact, I believe that his wife actually lobbied to Congress to help get back pay because when he fought during the Revolutionary War, he refused pay for it. So she went to Congress and said, hey, my guy...
Can I get that?
Yeah, did a lot of free stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
He
anyway,
created our banking system.
he did. That's exactly what he did. He is the forefather of the banking system. And the Treasury and banking all started at the same time. 407-916-1041. Let's take a little break. We'll come back right after this. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy traffic reported along I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those taking the interstate east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash causing delays with roadblock on Cayley Avenue at OBT. No major problems to report this afternoon for those taking the turnpike north or southbound. If you run into traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park today through Saturday, July 13th with 1,500 muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
This summer, get a brand new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Get up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill. That way you get that wood-fired flavor when you cook for the family. Or maybe you like propane grills. Well, you can get up to $150 off a grill from Napoleon. Tools Ace also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you're going to get free assembly and free local delivery on a grill purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace. These guys have 13 convenient locations here in Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Summer is here.
Things are heating up. Literally.
Need help paying that AC bill? Well, Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. 13 chances every weekday, blah, blah, blah. We want you to win, so if you get a call, make sure you answer your phone, because that's the key to winning. This contest is brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Another insurance story from
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
When couples come into International Diamond Center looking for engagement rings, they have lots of pictures from websites, from Pinterest, from designers they love, and 99% of the time, we have what they want.
The brands that we carry are the brands the consumer asks for, the girls ask for, your future bride asks for.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire explains how IDC is always on the cutting edge because we partner with the world's leading designers, names like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dawsey, and dozens more.
Fashions come and go, but why do some brands stay forever? It's because they stay relevant.
IDC was chosen by these acclaimed designers, in most cases, as the exclusive retail partner in the region.
We try to provide the best of the best at the most current merchandise in the market today.
International Diamond Center, giving you access to the most sought-after brands in the world with a 5-star shopping experience with no compromises.
We want people to feel comfortable, relax, educate them, give them high quality for the right price.
Store hours and more at shopidc.com.
The door to your happy place is right around the corner at Shipley Donuts.
With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit us today at 2255 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Savory tastes and tunes are returning to SeaWorld with bands, brew, and barbecue. Sample recipes from Kansas City, Texas, Memphis, and more. Pair them with refreshing cocktails and ice-cold craft beers. Catch live concerts by award-winning artists every weekend through August 25th. And stay for spectacular Ignite fireworks. Don't miss SeaWorld's bands, brew, and barbecue every weekend this summer. Learn more at SeaWorldOrlando.com. Concerts are free with park admission.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Take us with you for free on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh my gosh. Biden just introduced President Zelensky as President Putin at the NATO Ukraine summit thing. It couldn't get any worse. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it just happened.
Just wait. 26 minutes away from what? I mean, anything else can happen.
I think they're saying it may be pushed back a little because of the time. What they're doing now is a little delayed. They're saying that's it. And press conferences rarely happen on time, which makes it really frustrating.
Yeah. It's like Madonna's running them.
Yes.
All right, 407-916.
Lauryn Hill.
1041 money is your 6 o'clock keyword, M-O-N-E-Y.
Axl Rose.
Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Money. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck.
Trent Reznor.
Any rapper. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Matter of fact, I think Deb said that you have the clip of this gaffe.
Yes, I do. Here we go. President Biden introducing Ukrainian President Zelensky as President Putin.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. And now I want to...
That is...
Man. Oh, man, that's bad.
That's so bad. Other world leaders were like in the back going, damn! No, he just didn't do that. That did not happen.
Do we need the conference now? I mean, I was just telling Deb, I was reading a CNN just during the break. I got a little pop-up, and I was reading it. Do you know the 2 radio interviews he did either earlier this week and late last week? And 2 of the radio hosts admitted that the White House had sent over all the questions and told them not to deviate even a little bit. Don't add, don't improvise, don't do anything. You read these questions, he answers, you move forward. Now they're admitting that they even edited the interviews because of some things that he said during interviews. I'll read you one of them. This is from CNN, by the way. Let's see here. In the edited clips, it said included Biden saying this was edited out. And in addition to that, I have more blacks in my administration than any other president, all other presidents combined, and in major positions, cabinet positions. And then in another clip that was removed, in a reference to former President Donald Trump's call for the death penalty for the so-called Central Park Five, his quote was, "I don't know that if they even call for their hanging or not, but they said convicted of murder."
Yeah, that's a word salad there.
Yeah. So what happens though? I mean, look, I think James Carville has been he was a He's been a Democrat.
He was
like an analyst. He was also an assistant to Bill Clinton.
Strategist for Bill Clinton.
Yeah, and he's been in that game for a while. He's been actually, you know, and the famous part is his wife is a diehard Republican. He's been, you know, featured on. I think Dana Carvey did him on SNL, or they had one. I think Bill Hader did him on SNL. Yeah, he's been in the political scene for a while, and he's been a pretty prominent Democrat voice for quite a while. And his quote, I was telling Larry this as well, as his quote was, "It's inevitable that Biden drops out. We just don't know when."
Right.
But now it's a time issue, though, right? And now it's a how they handle it issue. Well, because if he drops out, it makes Kamala Harris the automatic president.
No, well, okay.
And then she doesn't have a vice
there's
president,
one that there's dropping out of not running for re-election, and then there's quitting the presidency.
Right, and so you remember
that's two different things.
But at the convention, right? At the convention, he could say, you know, I want it to, you know, my delegates to go here, right, and resign the. But if he resigns the presidency beforehand, and the convention's only what, a couple months away.
Not even,
right? The Republican one's only the beginning of August.
Yeah. No, the Republican one is 5 days away.
Next week.
I thought it was. Is the Democrat one in August then?
It must be.
It's after.
Yeah, because I thought it was. it was the first week in August for Republicans, but maybe I have them backwards.
Yeah, next week is Republicans.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we actually have an advance of his news conference right here.
Oh God.
I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
Wait a minute.
That's LBJ.
That's LBJ.
I got it mixed up. So bad.
Wrong button, Jack.
That sounds like a big old hog swinging Texan there. Is what that sounds like.
I remember in school when our teacher said, that's a big deal when you have an incumbent president saying that they're not going to run again. That was. You know,
well, what I said when we came in today, I said, you know, this could be. I mean, this is a historic moment in our country. I mean, you have a president that is obviously. Look, man. I mean, and again, I don't have anything against Joe Biden as a human being. You know, his policies aren't for me, but I just don't have anything against him. And matter of fact, most people who are these Democrats who are saying that he should step down have been lifelong friends. You know, James Carville is he goes, I love Joe Biden. I'm a friend of Joe Biden. Clooney, I love Joe. All of these people have a lot of respect for Biden and what he's done politically. His entire career has been politics. Been in office for what, 50 plus years?
Oh yeah,
50 years. He was a senator in the 70s. I think it was his first job was a senator. He's never held a job. He's only been a politician.
He served his country,
he did.
But he should be a one-term president.
Yep.
And now we need to reload the gun because what is paramount, as far as I'm seeing, is make sure Donald Trump never sees inside the White House.
Is it automatically Kamala? Is it just because of her position? But does that bounce back? Let me real quick. Does that bounce back against you? Because I mean, that can be a double-edged sword, right?
Right.
Because you are ignoring a black woman to bypass to go to. Let's say you choose any of the governors that have been suggested, whether it be Newsom or Shapiro or any of those guys. You go past a black woman as a Democrat to a white man as a Democrat. That's a bad look, right?
What about a white woman?
Or a white woman, it doesn't matter. I mean, what I'm saying is if you bypass a person of color that's been put there as the vice president and you automatically bypass, that's not...
This is 3D chess.
It is.
And this
4D, dude.
Yeah. Unprecedented. And, you're trying to thread a needle here to do something that's never been done.
What you're trying to do is this, because here's the thing. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that the candidate that you guys have is a candidate that the party can get behind quickly. I mean, because really, it's by November. Mm-hmm. That's why the decision is so paramount right now, is because you've got to get this decided so that you can move forward with the transition. But like he said, even Nancy Pelosi won't endorse this guy because she kind of knows. Everybody knows. If you have eyes and ears, you know.
I think the ascension to Kamala to the top of the ticket is the most likely scenario.
Most name recognition. Not a lot of people know who Gretchen Whitmer is.
Right, but you know who they know? They know Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
let's go.
Well, all the one I keep hearing over and over and over is Michelle Obama.
Well, it's great. You know what?
That's the savior, right?
And I'd like Jesus Christ to run as well. But, if you can't just say, how about George Clooney and Tom Hanks?
These are popularity contests now. I mean, it's not even about policy.
How about Oprah? I mean, everyone can say Michelle Obama, but This woman has done nothing except say she wants nothing to do with it.
Couldn't stand being in the White House.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I remember reading it. Like my wife read her book and said it was fascinating, by the way, and said she's a straight up warrior.
Yeah.
But I think I remember her saying like the last year she didn't want to be there, dude. It was like not good. Didn't want it for her kids. Didn't like what it did to her family. No part of it.
It's toxic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The process and how it works is toxic, and the way we speak to each other, the way we speak about these people, the way they speak about each other.
Sure.
Look at Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
I mean, what a despicable human being that guy has turned into. It's disgusting. But guess what? He gets rewarded by getting reelected for behaving the way he behaves.
Well, because, I mean, you're party line voters. It doesn't matter. I mean, we've seen that on both sides. I mean, party line voters vote. That doesn't matter. The thing that's also coming down right now is this. This is the other big story, right? And this is a Dave Portnoy thing, right? The guy from Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
He came out yesterday or the day before, went viral by saying, so Clooney knew 3 weeks ago that this guy was I'm not going to call him any names. I don't want to be disrespectful, but that this guy was really not coherent and not able to pull this off, because basically Clooney said at a fundraiser that wound up raising like almost $30 million,
right?
That during the fundraiser that there were people saying, look, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But then he waited for America to see it on national television before he said anything. So they were willing there to sit and know that America could be in trouble because of a guy that isn't capable of running the country was there?
Time out. It's not George Clooney's job to help someone else win an election. And as far as if Joe Biden is on the ticket on Election Day, he is getting my vote, because guess what? If he cannot do the job, then Kamala Harris becomes. That's why we have a vice president.
Understood, but you have to admit that Clooney obviously has juice. It's everywhere right now. He's a major fundraiser. With no money, there is no candidacy.
Right.
So what I'm saying is he does have an impact. Whether you want to like it or not, he does. A massive impact.
I know he does. I'm not arguing that he doesn't have an impact. But for someone else to say, oh, you should have spoken up sooner. Well, it's like anyone who knows anything negative about a candidate they support, they're supposed to, why didn't the people behind Kennedy, speak up about his relationship with Marilyn Monroe or anything? How come the people behind Reagan didn't say that, he really wasn't there for the last few years of his presidency?
Well, I mean, and you could look at the last year, because obviously there have been rumblings of President Biden's ability to kind of, create coherent sentences. He actually canceled a meeting with the German chancellor yesterday at the last minute, because he told him he had to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It was like a 7 o'clock meeting or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't say that entire White House did not know, including the press secretary, did not know that this guy was diminishing in his ability to just pull off daily things, not necessarily even execute the job of the presidency.
But I think it's interesting how people are saying, well, I can't believe that the staff didn't, make this public. It's like they're trying to protect their guy.
But their guy runs the country. I mean, he runs the country for the American people. It's beyond Democrat and Republican at that point, right?
I get that. But also there's the guy who's, we see the highlight reel and the sizzle reel of the mistakes, of the gaffes, of the goofs, of him calling Zelensky Putin. That's not a good look, right? It's embarrassing. But there's also, but it doesn't mean he's not that guy all the time. And he
just when you put a camera in front of him?
Well, he has advisors,
yeah.
And I'm sure he goofs up. And, when they're talking it out, I don't think he is saying, coming up with this crazy stuff and everyone just runs off saying, oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
I have a little more confidence in the system around it, and that's including when Trump was in. My faith was that the system around it, the apparatus around him, would prevent him from doing anything that would be catastrophic to the country.
And you have to, and again, at that point, right, you think to yourself, well, if Joe Biden, if we can kind of look and see that President Biden probably, do you think he's still engaged with the most important decisions for the country right now? Or do you think it's probably the people around him helping him guide toward those decisions?
I think ultimately everything is at some point going to him. Yes.
No, I don't disagree with that. I think that everything's being run by him.
Yeah.
Do you think that his final word, in other words, do you believe that he's resolute in his decisions?
Yes.
In other words, do you believe if he says, this is what I want to happen, that he can't have an aide or a group of people there that really don't want that to happen, kind of manipulate that decision?
I don't think so, because that would actually be considered treason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, an aide
wouldn't
giving
it?
advice isn't treason.
Well,
I mean,
no,
because
no,
they depend on
overriding
people
the
like
president.
Well, overriding, yes, but what I'm saying is manipulating, because we know this happened with President Trump with people around him when decisions were beyond him.
Yeah.
He leaned on people that were in that field for decision, and the same thing with Biden. But my
They're
thing would
all
be,
supposed to do that.
my thing with
yeah.
Trump though is it would be his not having knowledge of that. After not being in politics for 50 years, with Biden, he understands the mechanisms of how this works, but I wonder how much of those actual big decisions are being made by him and not maybe guided by people around him. President Biden, this is what we think is the best.
I think that's true for all presidents.
Probably so.
I think that's why you have a cabinet. That's why you have advisors. But then you have to say, I'll take option A.
Right. At what percentage, though? Like
Right.
if that's 20% of the decisions, or is that 5% of the decisions? All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking 3 westbound lanes on 436 at Howell Branch Road, causing major stop-and-go delays on both roadways. If you run into other traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with cash back match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Let's get you that new bathroom that you have dreamed about for so many years, but you never pulled the trigger because all you hear from friends and family is how much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take, how long you're going to have to live in your house with only one bathroom. Guys, throw all that out the door. That never happens with Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys get your bathroom destroyed out and a new one in just 4 to 6 days. That's the average replacement time. They do it with their team. That means their employees, no subcontractors. You'll know the same team in your home every day until your job is complete. And before they walk out, they're going to hand you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. That is unheard of in the construction business, but that's why these guys roll like that, because they're the best. 15 plus years here in Central Florida, making sure that you're treated right when it comes to designing a brand new bathroom. And yeah, these guys have tons and tons of options, and even better, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you can get $800 in free upgrades. That's right, $800. Spend that how you will. Multiple choices of toilets and sinks and tile and lighting and cabinetry. Guys, trust me, there is no design that these guys can't produce for you, and they even have a team to help you do that. Check out the website. It's rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters. Look at what they've actually done for customers, including our buddy Daryl Payne from Pawfection Dog Training. Amazing job. They can do that same thing for you. Log onto the website, book your appointment, and don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show for those $800 in upgrades. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st, streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Free yourself from those single-pane aluminum windows, not to mention your weathered front door with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home and also increase your comfort by keeping that heat and humidity out and the noise, too. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional original vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Kansas. A night to remember. Kansas live. With the music that helped make rock classic. Saturday, February 1st, 8 p.m., Hard Rock Live Orlando. On sale Friday, July 12th, 10 a.m. at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Would you like your receipt?
In the bag! Sorry, in the bag, please.
Learn more about the everyday, everywhere Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. In office, Orlando.
2 guys, 5 rings.
Yes.
One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game, as Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French. Well, no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on Demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
I apologize because I forget which state it was in, but I seem to remember that there was a state that wasn't going to have a Democratic candidate listed because their convention wasn't until after their cutoff date. What's going to happen if Biden cuts out now? Didn't they make a special exemption just to get him in there?
That was a really good point, Jimmy, on why absolutely zero people should vote for Trump. When he was first in office, he had zero clue. So he surrounded himself with a bunch of people who he thought had a clue, but also had no clue. Joe Biden has a clue. He just can't find where he put it. Secondly, hopefully that Trump doesn't know about this Project 2025 like he says he doesn't, because those people do.
They need to get rid of Biden and put Al Gore in his place.
Haven't seen him lately.
I was going to say, how old is Al these days?
Hey, Siri, how old is Al Gore? 76.
There you go, 407.
Wow.
He's a youngster. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Your 6 o'clock keyword is money, MONEY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Yeah, 76 is younger than both of those guys.
In this context, he is.
Yeah, 78 for Trump. He'll be 82, I guess, at the end of his term if he winds up winning the election. Joe Biden would be 85. Yeah. 85, 86, whenever his birthday is. I got to tell you, of all the stuff that happened about all this, and, there have been a number of things. Obviously, the one today where he calls Zelensky Putin as he introduces him at NATO, the meeting that's supposed to shore him up did not work. But, I think this past week was the most devastating blow. I think George Stephanopoulos' comment after the interview that was supposed to kind of right the ship after the debate was set up. Stephanopoulos obviously has been, kind, and is a Democrat. Democratic what is he? A commentary, Jack? Commentator used to be.
He was Clinton's press secretary.
He was, and then he was also part of another news program for a while, right?
Well, he's been with ABC News since he left the presidency.
Yeah.
I thought it was somewhere else as well. But
so he was a moderator of their Sunday news program, and now one of the hosts on Good Morning
America.
Right. Good Morning America.
Well respected.
Have a good day, everybody.
Well respected within the Washington community, I believe. Considered a really smart guy.
Yeah.
Considered a pretty square guy.
Because he left after the whole Lewinsky scandal.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't want to be a part of that.
Exactly.
So he exited, being like, "You're on your own."
Yeah. So he's a guy of good character. And I think the thing that he said after that interview that was supposed to right the ship was the most damning thing yet, and it seems to be getting the least amount of play. When George Stephanopoulos, a guy that you would think that would kind of tote the line a little bit, said that he didn't think he was going to make it the next 4 years. Not that he was going to be the president. Like, he didn't think he was going to be able to serve the term itself. Like, that's what his take was after meeting with him and interviewing him. And again, it has nothing to do with him as a person. You get that. My dad's 83, guys. Just turned 83 years old. You know what he did 2 years ago? Gave up his driver's license voluntarily. Said, I am not fit to drive anymore. I should not be on the road. Made a big boy decision for everybody around him. And this guy just doesn't seem to have that thing. Is it an ego thing with him, you think? A legacy thing? Isn't his legacy good enough already?
Well, what's good enough? I think it's easy for us to say, yeah, it's a good run, and look at, in totality, what you've done. But I think when you're in it, it doesn't seem, people don't give up power that easily. And that's why they say what George Washington did at the end of his second term was one of the biggest gifts he ever gave this country and our system of government, was by not running again, because they said he could have been King George. He could have continued to run. And he felt that, no, there should be a limit and someone else should take over, which is how we ended, and then after FDR, we ended up with the 2-term limit.
Right. Fascinating stuff.
It most certainly is.
Absolutely fascinating. This is American history. We're literally
and they will talk about it for years and years and years.
Yeah, you're right. What are you pointing at, Deb?
Oh, no, I thought for a second that maybe the news conference had started.
Yeah, I think they, Jackie said they pushed it back a little bit, I believe. Is that still accurate?
Yeah, well, the last I heard was the NATO press conference went longer than expected, so this probably got pushed back a little.
Do you think that his gaffe by calling Zelensky Putin is going to have an effect on whether or not he actually comes out and does this press conference at all?
I think it would be I think it's even worse now if he doesn't come out. Yeah.
What a mess, man.
Yeah. It's
what a mess.
And now, no doubt about it. Wow. What, 2 weeks? Not even.
Yeah, not even.
No, 2 weeks.
To
exactly.
the convention?
No. From the debate.
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks for the debate. My apologies.
It's been 2 weeks since this has been the news cycle.
It is, yeah.
I mean, there was a brief break to say, hey, you think Trump will nominate a VP tonight? And then, but it's all about Biden and his mental acuity.
Yeah. It's so funny because after the debate, my wife and I are both Republicans, voting Republicans, and after the debate, as we're watching it, my son is as well, and we're sitting there watching it, and my wife turns to me with the saddest face, and she goes, "Man, they're like abusing this guy. This guy should not. They should not do this. This guy should not." And he's given fewer press conferences, I believe, than any other president since Reagan. And I think he's been television. He doesn't do press conferences. He's done other things, but he's done only 26 press conferences as a president. And I think Reagan had the lowest before that at like 38 or 36 or something of that nature.
You know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Show me the job you're doing. What's getting passed? How is government being run? What are the things that need addressing?
But isn't
and if there is an issue that you should be questioned on, that's when they say, okay, now you need to answer for this.
Right.
But
but he's not doing that now. I mean, he's not really. I mean, I guess he's done the interview with Stephanopoulos and these other interviews. But again,
and different presidents have different strengths. Reagan and Obama, great communicators.
Yeah, great orators.
Put them up there, absolutely.
Clinton's the same way, by the way.
Right. Clinton, another one.
Yeah.
George W. was one that was kind of a little shaky when he was off the prompter.
Very shaky.
They're all kind of holding on.
Oh, yeah, he was the bro president.
Yeah. And Trump just threw out the book and just did Trump, where it was, we don't even expect him to tell the truth anymore, and somehow that's okay.
Well, just because now at the point, look at how low the bar is against Biden. I mean, you stand him up there. The fact that his eyes are open and that he can hear and answer the questions, and they pan over to Joe Biden, and his hands are stiff and he's staring out into space.
Yeah.
And again, I thought the worst thing CNN could have ever done to this guy, and I talked to Larry about this as well, when they put that split screen up. And when they transferred, when Trump was commenting and they kept that split screen up and you could just see Joe Biden staring off into the nothing.
Not a good look.
Not a good look. Again, it's just not a good look. And by the way, I disagree with the press conference thing. That's also one of the ways that that the president kind of lets the America know that, where he is, what's going on, how he's doing and stuff. Well, don't you want to have that as an American and kind of know that your guy's virile enough to do the job? Or your person, I should say.
It's not that. There are many different ways for that level of communication. It's why you have a White House press secretary. It's why you give speeches from the Oval Office. It's why you do interviews. It doesn't always have to be a press conference unless it warrants it. During COVID, the daily press conference, absolutely. That's when we need it, because we needed that information that was changing on a daily basis, and you wanted it coming from the president. I think it was more paramount then. So now, is the press conference now, we're just waiting on a press conference to say, oh, let's look for these gotcha moments to say, aha, it shouldn't be running.
And by the way, that's both sides doing that now.
Yeah.
And now I can I tell you, I think Democrats are actually watching this press conference with way more intensity than any Republican would. Right now, Republicans don't really care.
No.
Right now, Republicans are just sitting back and being quiet.
Yeah, because they have a lead. Right. When you're in the lead, okay, I'm going to shut up now because we're in the lead.
Yeah, when your opponent's crashing and burning, one thing you never ever do is stop them.
Yeah.
You don't do anything to stop that from happening. Yeah. If you're falling off the cliff, I'm just going to, Man, what an unbelievable scenario.
Some have been calling for Biden to step down, though.
Who?
Republicans.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, Lindsey Graham, I believe, was one of the very first ones
I was
to say
that.
Say
Lindsey Graham is a joke.
He was one of the very first ones to say that, for sure. A number of them have. But, I mean, I think more Democrats, and here's the thing. It's not just Democrats. It's not like some House member from Wisconsin or Oklahoma. I mean, it's Jamie Raskin. It's pretty big ranking, high rank. Nancy Pelosi would not give him an open endorsement. She is the matriarch of Democrats.
Yeah. Interesting times.
And the funny thing is, I'll tell you what's really interesting about this, because of party line voters. Even because of party line voters, he probably, if it went right now, he would probably only lose 52-58 or 52-48 or something like that, because it's the indies that decide it to begin with, and party lines they're not going to stray either way. They're going to vote Democrat regardless. If they put Bigfoot up there, they'll vote Democrat. Right? I mean, that's the party line voters do that.
Explain to me, there's a term you use all the time, and I don't know what it means when you say you're a voting Republican.
Okay, so I vote Republican, not down the line, but that's when I say voting Republican, I want people to understand that I am a Republican who votes for Republicans.
Why don't you just say I'm a Republican?
Yeah,
why are you a voting? Because to me, voting Republican says I'm only voting for Republicans. Like I don't care based on the merit. I don't believe that about you.
I am not a party line voter.
That's what it comes.
I don't mean it to
what
be
does
like
voting
that.
Republican mean?
Could be just a bad habit of saying that.
Yeah.
Just a bad habit. I'm a Republican that votes for Republicans most of the time. There are Republicans I do not care for that I will not vote because I don't think they're good people. And I don't care what they say. I don't care. I don't believe in the policy. I don't believe in them as a person. So I don't vote for them. And to be honest with you, if the Democrat in that role doesn't have good ideas, I just won't vote in that particular area. But I just don't give my vote to people. This is so much more complicated than I ever wanted it to be. But it is a really interesting thing. This entire thing is a very interesting machine. I never really cared much about politics until I got to be 50. And not even before this job. Even after this job, I really kind of told myself I wouldn't get involved with it because it's a never-ending web that there's no winning in it. Really, I mean, there's no winning per se.
Right.
There's just negotiating one way down the line.
It's interesting how it definitely becomes more important as you get older, and then you look at the apathy of a younger generation in regards to voting and interaction in the process. And they're a little, it doesn't matter, this and that, and you're like, no, but it does.
Yeah.
But the power, and it's always been this way, that the power that the young vote could have if they harnessed it. And where you saw where Obama, and it's those hopeful leaders that people kind of get behind. And Obama was a good example of someone who could engage and energize that younger vote to get out there. Because when they're apathetic towards it, you see a low voter turnout, and you see, major shifts in where we are as a country. The 2016 election alone that put Donald Trump in office, the ripple effect through judges, mainly the Supreme Court, but also all the way down the line, all the judges down the line, and the changes that have had. Well, with this now 6-3 conservative to liberal majority that the conservatives have, will have ripple effects for many presidential terms to come.
Sure you will. And part of that wasn't all Donald Trump. I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg had a big play in that too, because she would not step down and died a while and then was replaced.
Point being, though, if Donald Trump doesn't get elected and Hillary Clinton is elected in 2016, the spot that they held, that Mitch McConnell held into the election, and then the subsequent two ones to pop up would have all been appointed by a Democratic president, as opposed to Trump.
And then it would have been the swing the other way, right?
Yeah.
It would have been it would have been unbalanced the other way.
Yeah. And women would still have the right to do what they want with their own body.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I saw a very interesting thing about that. I'll tell you in a second what that is.
Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Thursday forecast. And the rest of our day will feature some scattered off and on showers and thunderstorms, some of which could have some heavy downpours along with frequent lightning. As a result of the clouds and the showers and storms, temperatures will be notably cooler, with highs only reaching around 90 degrees for Orlando. Temperatures will heat back up, though, just in time for the weekend, with daily rounds of showers and storms expected. A high of 94 degrees for Saturday and 96 degrees for Sunday.
This report
Report is sponsored by Safe Touch Security.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749, 800-239-1749, or biglou.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. This is The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Kamala Harris will have a very good chance of winning over Trump when you consider the women's rights issues, as Jack has mentioned, and the black vote in the swing states.
Not so fast.
And she's way younger. Slam dunk for the Democrats. I think they orchestrated this.
Trump 2024, baby. Woo!
Well, we just gave the presidency to the Democrats because the first black woman president has a way stronger chance than fumbling Joe.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval. Hey, I got a great candidate to be president. This guy's a really good guy. You know, he's a program director for a major radio station. He's a Jersey guy. He's a Yankee fan. You know, you can't hold that against him. He's a little willy-nilly with his dings and dongs. You know, he goes a little crazy with those. But I'm telling you, when we go to vote, write his name down. Brad Jackshaw.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your last keyword, by the way, is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Got a few minutes to go over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Money. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Tom and Dan will have a couple for you all the way up until 9 o'clock. And, of course, the Monsters will kick it back off tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock as well. That makes their win even more impressive, really. 9, 10, and 11. They only get 3. We get 4. And they've already gotten 2 winners.
That's okay. They're just waiting for us.
Sour.
They're making us be patient.
A little sour. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
They have an advantage because that 9 o'clock winner at 6 a.m. over on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Those people are still asleep in those California sleepyheads.
I got to tell you, I think the listeners from all these shows give it a pretty darn good try every day.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a free $1,000, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when we've proven we're very efficient at getting winners out there. I think the company itself actually marvels at how many times that it's us and I think a station for Milwaukee. We're constantly in the top 5.
Yeah.
And even against markets that are twice and 3 times as big as ours.
Yeah. 850 radio stations or plus in this company, and we are over the past 10 years, I would say number 1 or 2. With number of winners.
It's pretty crazy, man. It really is. I mean, I remember there was one run there, one of the longer runs we had, like double-digit winners. I mean, it can get kind of crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. The press conference got pushed back, so you'll have to watch that at home. Of course, we'll comment on that tomorrow for sure. We do have a number of other things going on. Embers Only, Primetime Kitchen with everybody, Fayez Cara. And UAP is going to call in tomorrow. United Against Poverty. We're going to talk to their CEO tomorrow. If you did not know, last night, this is a wonderful organization in downtown Orlando in Michigan. They operate in a very old building. They're trying to make some arrangements to change that, but the roof collapsed last night. And not only did it collapse,
it collapsed a little bit ago.
Before, but I just heard about it this morning.
Right.
And it collapsed on their clinic, which is where a lot of the people receive medical care. And these are single moms. These are people trying to get their lives back together. That's what the organization is all about. And they need some help to get this roof fixed for sure. We're trying to do that, Jack.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit serving low-income families and the homeless right in our community. It's a facility on Michigan Ave, and as Jim mentioned, it's $150,000 in roof damage, and so they are. I'd say, what, 3/4 of the way there?
Yeah, they get
2/3 of the way there?
About $110K when we came on the air. They need about $40,000 more. And again, this could be a roof contractor to provide services or products. It could be any way to help to get this thing back in play.
We have a link our link will go right to their donation page. It's realradio.fm/give, and that'll jump right to their page, and you can donate easily on the page. It only takes a couple minutes. It's super easy to do. It's United Against Poverty. And they just do such great work in our community, helping those who really need help. They are one of the safety nets, and they could use a little help right now. So we're trying to get them over that goal so they can take care of the roof and continue serving those.
Absolutely, and we'll talk to them tomorrow for sure to find out more about that. Deb, let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You heard it here first on The Jim Colbert Show.
After President Biden introduced Ukrainian President Zelensky as President Putin, he tried to make light of today's mistake.
President Putin, he's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky, I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President,
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
The gaffe comes just as Biden is about to give a rare solo press conference with growing concerns about his mental fitness. The event was part of the NATO summit in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is asking a judge to throw out the guilty verdict in his New York hush money case. His team made the request today, pointing to the Supreme Court's recent ruling that defines when a former president is immune from prosecution. His sentencing in the case was initially set for this week, but has now been delayed to allow for more time to consider the Supreme Court's decision. In May, the New York jury found Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records and making hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. And then finally, hip-hop icon and New York native Flavor Flav is heading to Paris as the U.S. water polo team's hype man.
Oh, really?
The 65-year-old hype man jumped in a California practice pool with the U.S. women's water polo team this week, wearing a uniform bearing the number 24 for the 2024 Olympics. He agreed to sponsor them for the next 5 years.
Awesome.
After one of their players posted on Instagram that the team needs support, they hope to snag a fourth gold medal. Flavor Flav is helping the men's team as well.
I'll be damned. This guy's got busy trying to save Red Lobster and the men's polo team.
And the women's polo team as well. Regardless, you heard it here first on The Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Deb. We appreciate that very much. Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Danny Meyering with Orlando Date Night Guide. Don't forget, if you forgot her recommendations for a sweet date night this weekend, you can find them at JimColbertLive.com. Also want to thank attorney Glenn Klausman from Klausman Law. You can find Colbert Court at JimColbertLive.com as well. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that greatly. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, we had it up all day in 2 different places. Do you believe your job could be replaced by AI?
I got to think it's about half. I'll go a little bit lower. I'll go 41% believe yes.
We have a lot of voters very confident in what they do, Jimmy. The YouTube chat, they're coming in at 34% say yes and 66 no. And it's even, they're more confident over on Instagram at Real Radio 1041, where just 21% feel themselves being vulnerable.
There you go. I'll be down. Well, it's a lot better than I thought it would be.
Well, at least they're sleeping better.
Exactly. All right, big show coming up tomorrow. Like I said, we'll have Embers Only. We'll have Sink or Sail. We'll have Primetime Kitchen with our buddy Fiaz Carr to turn you on to some cool stuff to eat. And lots of stuff to talk about. UAP is going to call in tomorrow. That's United Against Poverty, who we're trying to raise money for. They'll call in tomorrow to talk about what they do and tell us how close they are to getting that roof fixed.
Hopefully they're a lot closer than what we believe right now.
All right, on behalf of, let's get the hell out of here, buddy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, on behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Thursday evening.
Bye.
But I still love you.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan.